We're about to turn RuneScape into a challenge for survival. Bossing is some of the most challenging content in the game, and most of us rely on high-level items to pull through. But what happens when we trade the best possible gear for whatever scraps we can find? Let me introduce you to Bossinbound. Our goal is simple: beat as many bosses as we can using only the items and experience from their areas. The catch? I'm not good at bossing. For the few bosses I've killed, I've always relied on gear to get me through. Now, I want to test my limits and push past them. Let's get to it. Our journey begins in the Edgeville Dungeon, and we'll be locked down here until we can clear its boss, Obor. This means we can't move on to the next area until we either get a unique drop for the collection log or finish all of Obor's combat achievements. Until then, we're stuck down here. Okay, we've made the account, dropped everything from Tutorial Island, and now we're heading to do our one quest exception, Druidic Ritual. For the rest of the account, I'm only going to be doing quests that are required to unlock a boss, and only if I can get the items needed for it in my areas. For this quest though, there are some items that I just won't ever be able to get. Unlocking Herblore is the most common exception for snowflake accounts to make, and for good reason. Being able to make potions is going to be so important for bossing, and if we can figure out a way to gather all of the items and do all of the crafting in boss areas, then I think it's a pretty fair exception to make. With that out of the way, let's get to the quest. Druidic Ritual is simple. Gather 4 different pieces of meat and plop them into a cauldron. We killed a cow calf for the least amount of XP possible, a chicken just to the north, saved the giant rat for when we're inside the dungeon, and then we got to our first problem. The bear. You see, the bear's level 19, and we're level 3. What I wanted to do is something called flinching. Write this down. This is important. We're going to abuse this a lot. If you attack an enemy, move somewhere they can't reach you, and then wait for their health bar to disappear, you can attack them again without taking any damage. It takes a lot longer to kill this way, but for small grinds or one-off kills, it can be a great way to take down higher level enemies early, as long as you can actually deal more damage than they can regenerate. Oh. Huh. I'm gonna gain way too much XP into my area if I keep this up. I think we put this on hold until we're at a higher level. It's time we headed over to Edgeville and checked out our first dungeon. Oh man, this is exciting. All right, what does our first area have in store for us? Okay, this is good. The spiders at the entrance aren't aggressive. And neither are the giant rats. Speaking of giant rats, we're gonna be killing a lot of these guys, so let's talk about them. Their drop table is super simple. They'll always drop bones and raw rat meat. If we can find a way to cook the meat, that'll be a solid source of food for us. They can drop beginner clue scrolls as well, and the rewards for completing one can be so good for the account. But there's one problem. None of the possible steps are in boss areas. This means that beginner clues just aren't going to be doable for us. We'll have to find our upgrades somewhere else down here. And we're going to need every one we can get if we want to stand a chance of taking on Obor. That's our first real drop. Well, I mean, we should probably bury every bone we ever get. I don't think we're going to have a great way of training prayer down here, and we'll definitely need to if we want to do any bossing. It looks like there are 3 giant rats in this nook, but some of them are level 6. Are they aggressive? Okay, they are. Level 6 bad. Hey, wait a sec. There's a small rat right here. This could be really good for training. And there's level 2 strength. Oh, it spawns right here. This is so good. We're still naked, so we probably can't kill the giant rats forever, and these guys don't deal any damage. And that's level 3. Yeah, flinching the giant rats is doable, but it's probably going to be too slow. We're still taking a lot of damage from normal combat, though, so I think the plan's going to be this. We prioritize the giant rats for the bones and the meat, and then kill the small rats when we've taken too much damage and need to recover our HP. Let's start by training our strength up a little bit so we can do more damage. If we can start hitting 2s instead of 1s, that'll be a massive jump forward for us. Level 4 strength, that's our brand new max hit. And level 5. All right, let's switch to attack for a few levels so we can hit more often. I'm not sure how long it'll be before we can get an actual weapon, but when we do, I want to be able to equip it right away. Level 2. Level 3. Huh. He's not aggressive. but monsters do de-aggro after 10 minutes. I wonder if they're normally aggressive or if he's just de-aggroed. Questions for later. Okay, so I know that at 4 strength you get a max hit, but that's because you get an invisible +3 boost to whatever stat you train. So if we train our strength up to level 7 before we switch from aggressive over to accurate and train attack, we should be able to keep our max hit of 2. Level 6. And that's level 7. All right, well, let's see if it works. Yeah, that's 2 on accurate. Nice. Twice as strong already. This is gonna be easy. Level 4. And 5 attack. Now we can equip all the steel weapons. Those rats are totally gonna drop. 8 strength, 9 strength. Our first prayer level. It's kind of annoying to have to pick up and bury all of the bones, but it's totally gonna be worth it. Prayer might be one of, if not the most important skill for us to train. 10, 11, 12. No way, our first random event's an XP lamp? I think this is a good sign. Okay, so here's what we're gonna be doing with XP lamps. We need to be lamping agility. Agility levels will be awesome for restoring our run energy faster, and there are some agility obstacles we're gonna need to get past in order to get to some bosses in the future. Deeper in the Edgeville Dungeon, we can find monkey bars, and as far as I know, this is the earliest training method we have available to us. The problem with it is this. We need to reach level 15 to get across. XP lamps give 10 times your level in experience. It's pretty rough at level 1, but each level after that will give way more XP. All in all, we're gonna need 42 lamps. But that's okay. This is a long-term goal. I'm just glad we got started on it so early. All right, let's use the lamp and get our first agility XP. We're not a member. Just gonna trade this bond over from my main real quick. And that's 10 agility XP and 14 days of membership. All right, our inventory is full of rat meat, and I think I've figured out what we're gonna do about it. It looks like the skeletons are still unaggressive here, but I wonder how far away that's gonna last. Not very. Run. So there's a campfire here that lasts forever. The problem with it is that it's surrounded by aggressive level 28 and 42 hobgoblins. Monsters will usually be aggressive to you until one of 2 things happen. Either your combat level becomes more than double theirs, or you stay near them for 10 minutes. We can use this to our advantage, but we're gonna need to figure out a way to survive that long. Okay, this looks like a safe spot, so let's just stay here as long as we can. Oh my god, they hit for 4? This is really bad. Okay, double back. Oh my god, dude. Okay, they're both stuck. This is good. As long as that guy doesn't attack them, I think we're okay. Oh my god, he just left. This is perfect. Does this work over here? Come on. Well, time for the long run back to the dungeon. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Head back to the gravestone and turn on the thick-skin prayer to raise our defense. Okay, good. We saved the chicken and the beef that we need for Druidic ritual, so that's all that's really important. God, is this even possible? Come on, what about this barrel? If he wanders up here, what's gonna happen though? Five? Wait, was it worth it? Shit, no. Perfect. Guys, I think it's time. Let's see if it works. Yes, they're de-aggroed, dude. And of course we burned the first one. There are no fishing spots down here, so this might be the only way we can train cooking. Best in slot fashionscape. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna go get 14 strength for a new max hit, and then we're gonna go kick that bear. One more to go. And there it is, new max hit for us. Let's go kick a bear. Hey, buddy. How you been? Are you kidding me?
Dude. The fuck?
Finally. Okay, let's go do this quest. Talk to this guy, start the quest, bring our meat over here, walk past the guy we need to talk to. All right, let's open up these prison doors and put our meat in this pot. What are you... Walk past the guy we need to talk to? Okay, let's actually do the quest this time. Now we can put our meat in this pot. We've got a lot of meat. Can you enchant more than one? No way. And then talk to Cockameeks. Cockameeks? Druidic ritual complete. Now we can start up Obor, and we get this little souvenir to take home with us. Actually, I'm gonna drop this. Something, something, item from outside a boss area, something, something, account ruined. Home sweet home. If we're gonna beat Obor, we need to gain a lot more levels. Do we fight these puny rats, or do we move on to the big boys? Yeah, I'll probably just stick with the level 3s for now. Speaking of level 3, one more prayer level till burst of strength. 15 strength. It's meat time. Okay, they start attacking in this hallway, so it seems like after that gate we just went through, all the monsters are probably gonna be aggressive. We're already down to 4 HP, and I'm trying to figure out if it's worth eating the meat to try to get more. I guess we just go over here. All right, 10 minutes, let's do it. We've got this, it's worth it. It's worth it. Okay, this barrel is our safe spot until we can find something better. Okay, let's go find something better. Are you kidding? Both randoms have been XP lamps. Stay over there. So it took us about 20 minutes to do all that, and we cooked 10 out of 21. But we also used 3 of the meat to survive, so in the end, we are plus 7 meat from that ordeal. Okay, we've got a problem. Rat meat only heals for 3. So from a full inventory, we're getting 84 HP worth of food at most. And that's if we're A, not burning any, and B, not using up any of our already cooked food to survive long enough to potentially cook more. That's not the case for us, and there's a certain monster deeper in the dungeon that I want to start taking on. So I think our current goal is to figure out a solution to our food problem. And now here are the cooking levels. 5, 6, 7. Back to the rats. Level 4 prayer. That's our first DPS prayer we've unlocked. We don't have the levels or the weapon for us to give us a max hit yet, but I promise it will be so good later on. 17 strength's a big level because it's a new max hit on accurate mode. So let's switch back to that and train our attack up a little bit. There's a special milestone coming up that I'm pretty excited for. Level 10 attack, we can wield black weaponry. But more importantly, look at this. We're now more than double their combat levels, so they're not aggressive to us anymore. Let's see what these new stats can do against one of these skeletons. We could probably flinch them on these torches, actually. Nice. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, that was way too slow to be worth it. Oh, a Marintil, cool. It's gonna be a while before we can clean it and do anything with it, but it's probably worth holding on to. Okay, now that we've got something in our inventory for the foreseeable future, you guys might have noticed that our inventory space is pretty limited. There's no bank down here, so I'm not able to deposit any of the loot we get. This is where our new best friend comes in. Meet the Thug. He's got a dad bod and a couple of drops that would be great for the early game. The main one I'm after here, though, is the looting bag. More on how this is going to work later, but just know that getting one would be an absolute game changer for us. The only problem? Thugs are in the wilderness, where we could be attacked by other players at any time. We'll be risking everything on the account every time we go into the wilderness, but I still think it's going to be worth it. We haven't cooked the food just yet, so we're just going to flinch him and see how it goes. Iron Medhelm on the first kill? Oh, look at us, dude. Oh my god. We look good. 11 attack. Iron Battle Axe on the third kill? Battle Axes are usually pretty bad because of how slow they are, but since we're flinching, it's actually amazing for us. This'll speed us up so much. A Guam on the fourth. Okay, let's talk about herbs. This may be thinking ahead just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have a way to reliably get unicorn horn dust, which we're gonna eventually need to make anti-poisons. This is where my secret weapon comes in. Dr. Jekyll. This random event is super unique. Dr. Jekyll asks you for whatever the highest level cleaned herb in your inventory is. If you give it to him, he'll trade you a potion for it. The potions he gives are kind of weird. A bunch of the potions are not the ones that you normally can make with the herb that you'd expect, but lucky for us, that's not the case with Marintil. If we can give Dr. Jekyll one, he'll trade us an anti-poison without us needing any unicorn horn dust. So the plan is we clean all of the Guam leaves we get until we reach level 5, and then we can clean this Marintil we've got in our inventory. We gotta keep it on us at all times so that if our MD friend shows up, we can swap it for an anti-poison. Level 12 attack, 16 HP, and 14 combat. Nature runes for the first rune drop. Definitely gonna hold on to these. These bots are making this so annoying, man. There's a whole bunch of them running to the wilderness air obelisk at all times to make air orbs for money, and every time they run past us, the thugs attack them instead of us, so it ruins our flinching. I'm gonna try it up here. It's a little bit out of the way, so hopefully that means that when the bots run by, they don't steal the aggro. Which they just did that. An iron bar? What is this drop table, man? I mean, there's no anvil down here, but I guess I'll keep it for later. You never know when an iron bar is gonna come in handy, I suppose. Richard Turpentine? What's he got for us? Oh my god, we had 8 GP. That's like 60 times our cash stack. Surprisingly, the bots are actually wasting a lot of our food. Every time that they run by and they take the aggro from us, we've got to set up the safe spot again and we take damage from it. I don't know how much longer we can actually last here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. We do have some nature runes, but I don't know if it's worth holding onto the ore until we've got the magic level we need to cast superheat. So I'll just keep it for now, I guess. Well, we don't have the HP to kill the thugs, and we definitely don't have the HP to survive de-aggroing the hobgoblins, so it's back to the rats for us. This food situation is becoming a pretty big problem fast, and we really need to figure out a solution. So the Iron Battle Axe is awesome for flinching, but honestly, for fighting normally, I think it's better to just use our bare hands. Faster weapons are king in this game, and because attacking unarmed is faster than using the Battle Axe, our DPS is actually higher if we just punch and kick. This can be such a weird game. Okay, so I've been thinking about the food problem that we've got going on, and I've come up with a 3-step plan. Step 1, train our defense so that we decrease the amount of HP we lose. Step 2, get better at surviving the 10 minutes to de-aggro the hobgoblins. And step 3, Train our cooking level higher so we burn less meat. If we can do this, we should have a lot more food to work with. Well, let's start training that defense. Levels 2, 3, 4, and 5. Steel armor unlocked, not that we have any to equip. Level 6 and 7. All right, our HP is full and we have no food to waste. Let's do one more go at the hobgoblin and see what we can cook up. I wonder if there's another place we can stand while we de-aggro. It might work. I mean, I feel kind of exposed though. Yeah, no, this ain't it. This looks really good. If we can keep getting them stuck like this, I think we might be onto something. Yeah, that actually just worked. Things are looking up. We're gonna lose less HP as we train our defense, and we didn't lose any food that trip. This is gonna be how it is every time from now on, right? Right? Level 8 and 9 cooking. We cooked 12 out of 21 this time, already way better. I think our rotation's this. Kill rats for meat, de-aggro the hobgoblins to cook the meat, kill thugs for XP in the looting bag, and then we go all the way back to the rats when we're out of food. That's levels 8, 9, and 10 defense. Hopefully this means we take less damage and we can actually start killing things normally soon. More levels, more meat. Ooh, Freaky Forester. We don't really have any armor, so this could be really good fashionscape. Truly, we've ascended. That means our second DPS pair is unlocked. Unfortunately, the strength ones are usually a lot better than the attack, but we'll find a use for that later. 19 strength, and that's a new flinching max hit with our battle axe. The big 20 strength. I'm gonna go ahead and get to 20 attack. I'll do it, I'm not scared. I wonder how many generations of rats we killed and if we appear in their folklore yet. You know, I'm seeing so many bots down here and I really feel like I need to do my part. I'm gonna clean up the dungeon streets and collect some names. I think this will probably be a good way to show you guys how many bots are down here doing this.
You some junk account? Yo dude. Boss areas only. So Edge Dungeon is good cause Obor / Bryo. Oh, that's a cool concept. Got a channel.
Shout out to Leo being the first one to ask about my unhinged behavior, flinching thugs off a signpost in the Edgeville Dungeon. It's Ludi. Oh my god. We got it. Kill number 22 gives us the looting bag. We're basically playing as an ultimate Ironman right now, so this is massive. For those of you who don't know, a looting bag is basically an extra inventory. Like a normal inventory, it can hold up to 28 items. But unlike a normal inventory, you can't use or withdraw anything you put into it. If you die with a looting bag, it gets deleted and everything inside goes into your gravestone. And that's gonna be the only way we'll be able to use the stuff that we store in it. Also, important note, you can only deposit items in the wilderness. This is fine for us because level 1 wilderness is super easy for us to get to, and I'm sure we're gonna be able to abuse the hell out of this. I think it's time we start farming the skeletons we tried killing earlier. Skeletons have a strange loot table. Well, there are actually a few different loot tables, and there are a few different leveled skeletons, so that makes sense, right? One for each level of skeleton? Nope. For whatever reason, the skeleton loot tables are based on what gear they have equipped. Skeletons wielding a shield? This drop table. Skeletons with a weapon? Oh, that's this one. Unarmed skeletons? Completely different drop table. Oh, but not the unarmed table. That's obviously the skeleton with a shield. Skeletons without arms are called plain skeletons. It doesn't just stop there either. This skeleton has a sword, but he doesn't have a head. Surely he's got the same drop table as the other one with a weapon. Nope. This one's plain too. So we mostly want to go after the armed skeletons. They're the ones that can drop weapons, namely the iron sword and the iron scimitar. They've also got some other pretty niche drops that could actually be nice going forward. All right, let's try this out. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Skeletons are also weak to crush, so I'm going to switch to that. Kill number 1. Wow, 2 whole GP. 21 strength. 22 strength. I wonder, what could this be? I've earned this. Oh, okay, the iron axe probably isn't super helpful just yet because we don't have access to trees. It's also worse than the iron battle axe for flinching, so probably not gonna keep this one. Water runes. Not a whole lot of monsters can drop this down here, so that's welcome. Law runes too. I'm probably not gonna be doing much teleporting, but runes are stackable, so we might as well keep them all. And speaking of stackable items, I think I'm gonna start collecting this bronze arrow spawn. I can put them in my ammo pouch, so it's not gonna take up an inventory space, and you never know when it's gonna come in handy in the future. New max hit for unarmed. Yes, we finally got the sword. This is such a big upgrade. Who cares what the unarmed max hits are? This is so much better than punching and kicking. Well, now that we've got this, there's really only one option. The amount of meat we've been getting reminds me that college didn't pay for itself. Ah, that's the worst feeling ever. Oh, okay, cool. What are the odds of that? Getting closer. We barely survived this round of hobgoblin tag, but we got 12 cooking out of it. Nice. +1 prayer point. 13, 14, 15, 16 defense. I think we're ready for that one NPC I wanted to try out. Here they are, Chaos Druids. Chaos Druids are great for any account, but they're invaluable to ours. Not only will they give us all of the herbs and the vials of water we're gonna need for herb lore, they're also gonna be our main source of air and mind runes, which are kind of the two big things we're after right now. Using magic is almost definitely gonna be the best chance we've got to kill Obor in the future. So if we start training it here and herblore too, that'll be a big step forward for us. Defense level up and half an inventory of rat meat. Let's see what we can do against these guys. I wonder what the flinching situation is gonna be like here. Right, they can use magic, shit. If we don't de-aggro these guys, this is gonna be a nightmare. Love me a Haralander. Get to try out our shiny new looting bag and store this for way later. 36 airs on the third Chaos Druid. These guys are incredible. That's our first vial of water. I don't think we're gonna have a great way to get these, so it's absolutely worth holding on to this. Also, how cool is it that we're able to get the primary and secondary ingredients as well as the vials of water for potions, all without leaving the Edgeville Dungeon? 18. I know we just got our fancy new sword, but the battle axe is just better for flinching. The plan is, use the iron sword in our food for the 10 minutes it's gonna take to de-aggro, then we switch to the battle axe when we're out of food and we gotta flinch. You know, even with 19 defense, it's taken most of our food to de-aggro these guys, which is way more than I was expecting. I think we're gonna have to flinch them, but at least now we know that it's possible to survive long enough to do that. It's a little victory. That's level 20 defense. Still taking more damage than I was hoping, but before we gain any more defense levels, I think we're gonna start training strength again. The more damage we can do, the faster we'll gain XP, so it should be worth it going forward. 24 HP and 27 combat. A strange fruit. These are pretty unique because they're both an anti-poison and they restore run energy, but it's an inventory slot, so I'm not really sure if it's worth holding on to. I'm probably gonna have to think on that a little bit. Beautiful. That's the second air rune drop. No mind runes yet, and that's the more important one, but I'll take all the runes we can get. Back to back, thank you very much. The mind runes. After 50 kills, we get our first stack of mind runes. And now, we can start preparing for Obor. Nice, another mind rune drop. This is probably the most important drop we can get. Mind runes are rarer than the air runes, so they're the limiting resource for us training magic. Since the elemental weakness update back in June, Obor's got a 20% weakness to earth. The Earth Bolt spell reaches its max damage at level 35, and I think if we use that, that's going to give us our best chance of taking him down. There is a small problem though, and that's getting any magic gear. There's only one piece of equipment I can see ourselves getting down here, and that's the Staff of Earth. It'd give us unlimited Earth runes, make our spells more accurate, and let us auto-cast, which would be amazing. The problem? It's dropped by level 51 Earth Warriors in the wilderness part of the dungeon. Even worse, the Earth Warriors are on the other side of the monkey bars. And remember, we need to get level 15 agility to get across. We can only gain agility levels by getting XP lamps from random events, and those random events only happen every 1 to 2 hours. Truthfully, I'm not even sure we're gonna get 15 agility by the time we're ready to fight Obor. For now, let's focus on what we can control, improving our other levels and our equipment. And I know just the monster we're gonna be fighting for that. This is the Hill Giant. They're way stronger than the Chaos Druids we've been fighting, but they've got some great upgrades in store for us. Namely, the Steel Longsword for a weapon upgrade, the Iron Kite Shield for our very first shield slot item, and the Iron Full Helm, which would replace our medium helm. Another important item is the commonly dropped Limpwort root. This is going to be incredible for training Herblore. Until now, we've been cleaning herbs for experience, but if we use this secondary with one of those herbs we've been cleaning, we'll get 10 times the experience. And the real kicker for all of this? They're the monster that lets us accomplish our main goal. They're the one that drops the giant key. Yeah, these guys are probably gonna be too tough for us to fight normally, so we're gonna have to flinch them. There might be a safe spot right over here. I mean, that would work, but I'm seeing a spot just north of us that's probably gonna be a little bit better. Yeah, I think we can probably fight both of these guys from this one spot, so let's try this out. All right, first drop, what's it gonna be? Okay, it's an Iron Dagger, not super great. It gives like a little tiny bit of magic accuracy, but it's probably not worth keeping. If we do need it, we can always grab another one later. I think they're common enough. I will say though, burying big bones feels pretty damn good after burying all the normal ones. Another beginner clue. Yeah, it kind of sucks. We can't do any of these, so it's not worth picking up. I guess we could check to see what the step is anyway, just for fun. Yeah, we can definitely never do that. Oh well, what do you do? Free beer. You can drink these to heal 1 HP, but it also lowers your attack stat, so it's not super duper useful. But thinking back to Hobgoblin de-aggroing, I think we could try something out to the north. There are a bunch of these barrels scattered throughout the game, and barely anybody uses them. But if we start collecting some empty glasses, we can technically keep refilling them for unlimited 1 HP healing food. The drawback, of course, is that it reduces our attack level every time we drink one, so they're probably not going to be too useful during melee combat. It's good to know the options there, though. Limpwort collab? We don't have the Herblore level yet, but I guess I'll hold on to it anyway. Oh, 14 prayer. Sweet. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I like to see. Oh, man, this is probably the best thing we could have gotten right away. This just, like, immediately replaces the Iron Battle Axe for our flinching weapon. Yeah, it's just straight up better in every single way. It's even faster, too. I don't think we're going to use it for a normal weapon, though, because it's still going to be slower than the Iron Sword we have here. But, like, for flinching, it's definitely better. 31 strength. Oh, yeah, our first shield. Oh, my God. The dopamine from Hill Giants is big. This is so good. Yeah, we literally just tripled our defense. That's insane. Ooh, I'll take a Guam Leaf. It's not as good as the Chaos Druids, but like I'll take all the Herblore XP we can get. Also, the Steel Longsword kind of slaps. It's doing so much work right now. 32 strength. And it looks like, yep, 34 combat too. Very cool. Level 15 prayer. 33 strength, and I think that's a new max hit for us too. God, they drop a lot of Limpworts. Let's try fighting them normally. We haven't tried it yet. I'm kind of curious. Okay, that's a pretty rough start. 30 HP. Did not expect that, but we're taking more than I expected. Huh. Yeah, this might not actually be doable yet. Yeah, this is rough. I think we gotta hold off for now. Damn, with the iron kite shield, I thought we'd stand a chance, but I guess not. Ooh, our first fire rune's nice. Fire runes are great for utility spells. Superheating ore into bars and using alchemy to convert items into GP immediately come to mind. Definitely worth holding on to, and they'll absolutely be worth it later. Oh, Molly? All right. I guess we'll do it. I mean, it'll give us gems, so like not super helpful at the moment, but probably worth keeping. Dude, this is such a weird event. Like, hey, my sister sucks. Could you just like put her in this cage with a claw machine claw for me? I'll give you some stuff I found in the dirt. Thanks. Cool. Thanks for the dirt stuff, Molly. 34 strength. God, I love hill giants. We just got all of the upgrades in like 50 kills. This is amazing. It's not the biggest upgrade on the planet, but we really do need every single one we can get, I think. The upgrades didn't make a big difference against the hill giants, but let's try it out on the chaos druids and see. All right, 10 minutes. Let's try to de-aggro them. I'm gonna stand over here. And I didn't bring any food, but I think we should be okay. This is gonna be a good test for our equipment either way. Wow, we're still taking a lot of damage, huh? Yeah, I can't imagine fighting hill giants like this. This is nuts. I thought it'd do way more. I think this is the perfect time to talk about death mechanics. This is a really misunderstood thing in RuneScape, and part of it is because it's changed so many times over the years. Originally, if you died, everything except your 3 most valuable items became visible to everybody around you. It's changed a few times since then, and now what happens is this. When you die, you keep your 3 most valuable items, and everything else goes into a gravestone. You've got 15 in-game minutes to get back to your gravestone and get your items. If the timer runs out before you can get your stuff back, your gravestone disappears and everything inside of it goes into Death's office. There are a bunch of entrances to Death's office around the world, and one of them just happens to be right here in the same ruins as the Edgeville Dungeon. There's a reason I'm telling you this though. There's a really interesting part of the gravestone system that no one really knows about or uses. The gravestone can hold up to 120 items, which is a ton. Not only this, but those 120 items, they're stackable. If you were to die with 28 guam leaves in your inventory, that would only take up 1 slot in the grave. But why does this matter? Well, what do you think happens if you die while you've already got a gravestone? Some of you would probably guess, well, all of your items get sent to Death's office and you get a new gravestone. Or maybe some of you were thinking that your old stuff gets deleted and you can't ever get it back. Here's what actually happens. When you die with an active gravestone, it and all of the items inside of it stay exactly where they are. Any items that you had on you when you died the second time get added into it. On top of that, the 15-minute in-game timer resets. This is highly abusable. Remember how I said that items stack in gravestones and there are 120 slots? If we intentionally die every 15 minutes, we can keep adding items into our gravestone until we fill up all 120 slots. Think of it as expanding our inventory from 28 slots into 120 stackable ones. But we're not gonna do it. Why not? Because it gets even better. Up until this point, we've more or less been playing the game as an ultimate ironman, meaning we can't use banks and you have to keep everything on you at all times. There are bosses down the road that will unlock banks for us, but we can't wait that long. Our inventory is going to fill up with things we need to keep for the future very soon. So I've come up with a solution that I don't think has ever been done before. Let me introduce you to the Bossinbound Bank, Death's office. Remember how I said that everything in your gravestone goes to Death's office if you take longer than 15 minutes to get your items back? For most people, this is just an annoying inconvenience, but for us, it changes everything. It turns out that Death's office works the exact same way as a gravestone. It can hold up to 120 stacks of items, and that's exactly what we're going to use it for. Until we get a bank, we'll just let our gravestone expire and send anything we want to keep long-term over to Death's office. The looting bag is still going to be really useful for expanding our immediate inventory, but now all the herbs, gems, and other supplies that we're going to be getting down here, we can store away for the future. But some of you may be thinking, Death's office isn't technically in your area, so you shouldn't be able to use it as a bank. And I agree. Think of this as a deposit box for long-term storage. I'm not gonna let myself withdraw anything from it until we do get a bank. If the storage does fill up, I'll be going to the office and withdrawing some items, but I'll be dropping them. I won't be using anything from it. When we finally do unlock our first bank, I'll begin the slow, tedious process of moving everything over item by item. You can't note or unnote items through the storage either. And with where our first bank is gonna be located, I think this is gonna be truly horrible. But on the bright side, I think we're the first account in history to ever use Death's office like this. All right, we've done our walk of shame back. Time to get another looting bag and store all of our stuff. Dude, even these thugs are too much for us. Okay, we're kinda pinned between them and the skeletons, so I think I just gotta like flinch this and clutch it out. Otherwise, we're probably gonna die. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. We're at like 2 HP. This has been brutal. Going dry in the looting bag is actually a problem right now. Let's pick it up and store all of our stuff, and well, you guys already know where we're going back to. Man, I thought the equipment would do so much better. That's really disappointing. I guess we're just gonna have to train up our stats some more. Might as well grab some more food while we're at it too, because we're definitely gonna need it. 35 strength. Oh yeah, give me that lamp, thank you. Man, look at us, we're more than halfway to level 2. At level 2 we get 20 XP per lamp too, so that'll speed things up a ton. Alright, I think it's time we get back to the Chaos Druids. Yeah, we're not strong enough for Hill Giants yet, but we got all the upgrades. We'll have to go back to them to get our giant key, but for now the rotation's gonna be kill Chaos Druids for runes and get our levels up, fill our inventory and looting bag, and then die to bank our items in Death's office, kill rats for meat, and de-aggro the hobgoblins to cook the meat. With our hands free from banking the items we've been keeping on us, I should be able to hold on to more meat too, which is definitely not a sentence I've ever said before. Hopefully we can start surviving long enough to fight these without flinching soon. 36 strength, 32 attack, 32 HP, 17 prayer, 33, 33 again, 34, combat, combat, combat. Hey, that's him! That's Dr. Jekyll! We don't have the Herbivore level for Marintil yet, unfortunately, so I guess we'll just have to take the free strength pot, which, honestly, I'm not complaining about, that's pretty great. Thank you, my MD friend. Training defense. 21. 22. Time to see if the old bank plan's working out. Just another day at the office. 23 defense, and a respectable 39 combat. 24 defense, 18 prayer. Whoa, what? Why didn't the water stay in the grave? What is this? You know what I think it is? I think Jagex might have actually predicted this. I'm assuming because the vials of water can be combined with secondaries to make potions, they don't let you stack them in the grave. If you could stack food and potions like that, people would probably just park gravestones right outside of boss rooms. Like I totally wasn't planning on doing, no way, not me. I bet the same thing would happen with food. We've got to try it out. Yep, that's gotta be it. Not a huge deal though, it should still stack in the office, I just gotta make sure to let my gravestone despawn before dying again. And that's a clean level 25 defense. I wanna start training magic, let's use up some of the runes. Since we're just standing here, it's gonna take a long time to get to level 29, that's when we unlock Earthbolt at. And I figure that skeletons are probably gonna be the best monster we can fight because they've got an air weakness. When training magic, you get bonus XP based on how much damage you deal, so if we take advantage of an air weakness, it should give us our best possible XP per rune. Just gotta survive the 10-minute de-aggro as per usual. It's gonna feel so good when we're a high enough level that they're afraid of us. Okay, sweet, we de-aggroed. Let's get to it. Seeing these early levels fly by is the biggest dopamine hit, I swear to God. We unlock Water Strike now and our max hit goes way up. All right, let's cook up some food and get back to the Chaos Druids. I was really hoping that between the new items and equipment that we'd be able to fight Chaos Druids normally by now, but it seems like our food crisis still isn't solved. We're still having to flinch them for more than half of each trip. Also, I've crunched the numbers, and I almost wish I hadn't. I was curious to know how many Chaos Druids we were going to need to kill to get all of the runes for level 35 magic. This is the level where Earthbolt becomes its strongest, and it's probably going to be the level that we take on Obor at. And according to my calculations, we're going to need to kill about 9,364 more Chaos Druids to get there. For my math nerds out there, here's how it works. And for my non-math nerds out there, I'll make this quick. Each cast of Windstrike uses up 1 air and 1 mind rune. Mind runes are less common for us, so they'll be our limiting resource. Experience is earned at a flat rate of 5.5 magic XP per cast, but you also get an extra 2 XP per each damage point you deal. We'll be getting roughly 12.44 XP per cast, and we'll need a total of about 21,850 XP, so about 1,756 casts. Chaos Druids drop Mind Runes at a rate of 12 in 64. This means we'll need 9,364 kills on average, and with the Druids we've already killed, that puts us over 10,000 Chaos Druids total. If we can get a Staff of Earth, it would save us about 100 kills, but we need 15 agility to get across the monkey bars, and I don't know if we're going to have that in time. Hell, I don't even know if we're going to get it in time for Obor. So the question becomes, can we figure out a way to speed up the Chaos Druid kills, a way to take less damage so we can kill more per trip, and a way to get the staff earlier? I'm going to think on it while cooking. You know, I'm starting to realize that the de-aggro range goes really far down here. I think we could actually just stand, yeah, it extends perfectly. We could stand anywhere down here, and I think that would let us de-aggro all of the hobgoblins up there. I'm gonna try this out, see if it works. Oh, too far down. Learned my lesson. We're gonna stand up here. Well, actually, wait. I think if we stand here, he's not gonna go any farther north. Yeah, this might actually be good right here. Ah, damn. The zombies can still come down here, though. This is probably really good for safe spotting them. We could go here or to the south on that one tile. Yeah, let's try going south. Hold up. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. This actually might be the tile. I don't think the hill giant can reach us, and these guys are perfectly safe spotted now. This might be the discovery we needed. Oh my god, he's so close. I don't think he's gonna attack, though. I think we're good. Yeah, this is great. I think this spot's perfect. Well, it's official. That tile is absolutely perfect, and that's for sure our new de-aggro spot. Man, I wish I knew about that earlier. I think this is a guaranteed 0 damage de-aggro trip now. And since we're in the area, I guess we might as well go back to those hill giants and see if we can get a lucky giant key drop. No giant key, but we did get 26 defense. And, oh shit, okay, 40 combat's big. This is probably not on anyone else's mind right now, but that just unlocked a pretty important thing for us. Slayer. Slayer's a tricky skill for us. As most of you probably know, when you get an assignment from a Slayer Master, a monster is randomly selected from that master's possible tasks, and then you have to kill whatever number they tell you to kill. After completing a task, you get awarded Slayer points, a currency that can be used for many things, but most importantly to cancel a task. Remember that we're very limited in what areas we have access to, so at some point we are bound to get a task that we can't ever complete. We can cancel those tasks using Slayer points, but the problem is we don't start getting any points until we complete 5 tasks in a row, and the odds of finishing 5 in a row are pretty rough. Let's take a look at the Slayer Master Vanica, who just so happens to be right here in this dungeon. Level 40 is the combat level we needed for him to start assigning us tasks, and now that we've reached it, we're gonna get our first one from him and hope that we can complete it. At this level, Vanica's tasks actually look pretty great for us. Out of the 9 tasks he can give, we can complete 7 of them either in this dungeon right now or in another boss area in the near future. He can assign ogres though, and if we get that task, we won't be able to complete it for a very long time. We'll more or less be locked into the skill for a large part of the account. 7 out of 9 sounds pretty good though, right? The odds of us finishing 5 in a row right now or in the near future is only 30.1%. The odds of us getting 5 that we can complete immediately is a staggeringly low 0.7% chance. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and hit that 0.7%. Oh god, please just be one we can do. Just don't be ogres. Yes, we got crabs. The last time I said that I was not this happy. Oh my god, this is so good though. They literally might be the best Slayer monster we can get. I'm pretty sure this one task, yeah, this one task I think is gonna get us all the way to level 35. I'm so glad we didn't get ogres. Oh, thank God. The big problem with Vanica isn't what he can assign us right now, it's what he can assign us going forward. As our combat level increases, new monsters can be assigned, but most of them are monsters we don't have access to for a long time. Even worse, at level 50, he can assign us crocodiles, which is a dead task. We can't ever do it. At our current level of 40, our chance of success is at its highest. At level 50, we're down to a 12.3% chance of 5 in a row, with an 8.3% chance of getting locked out of Slayer forever, each time we roll for a new task. After level 50, it just keeps getting worse, but I have a couple of options that I think could make this work. Option 1, stick with Vanica. Whenever we get a dead task, we go to see the lowest level Slayer Master in the game, Turiel. He has a unique ability. He can cancel any task assigned by other Slayer Masters and it doesn't cost any points. You do have to complete a task he assigns you though, and his task list is terrible. 8 out of the 22 tasks he can assign are dead ones. If we were to get one of those, we'd have to choose between either giving up on the Slayer skill entirely, or doing the task while gaining as little XP outside our area as possible and without picking up any of the items. Our task streak also gets reset to 0 every time we do this, and remember that we need to finish 5 in a row to start earning any points. This doesn't seem like a great option, but this is what trying to use the Slayer Master in our area looks like. As Vanica's tasks become worse though, someone else has become better. Option 2, the community favorite Slayer Master, Neve. She's not in our area, but the tasks she assigns are way more likely to be ones we can actually complete. Neve would also be better for canceling tasks. It costs 30 points to cancel your task while keeping your streak. Neve gives a whopping 12 points per task. Compared to the 8 that Vanica gives, we'll get 50% more points to cancel those game over tasks with. Neve can also assign bosses, which perfectly aligns with what our account is all about. Whichever option we go with, we're probably gonna have to use a Slayer Master outside of our allowed areas at some point if we want to train the skill. Now technically, this doesn't actually break any of our rules. Getting a Slayer task doesn't give us experience or items from outside of our areas. I think a compromise between these two gives us our best chance of doing Slayer while sticking to our rules. I'll try Vanica for now and do as many tasks as we can until we get one that we can't do just yet. By the time we can complete it, Neve should be better and we'll switch over to her. When we inevitably get a dead task, we'll use the points we've saved up to cancel it and keep our streak going. If we don't have enough points by then, we'll be forced to use Turiel to cancel our task and forfeit our streak, praying that the task he replaces it with is one that we're able to do. If it isn't, we'll choose the lowest level Slayer monster variant possible and do the task outside of our area without picking up any of the item drops, while still allowing us to train the skill and unlock the 7 Slayer bosses. I'm totally realizing right now that I forgot something pretty important from Vanica other than the Slayer task. He's got a shop, and I could have bought something from him this entire time. I could have bought the spiny helmet. Oh, yeah, we've peaked. It does not get better than this. I guess the question is, though, is it going to make a difference against the druids? Time to find out. 27, 28, 29 defense, 41 combat, and the spiny helmet is definitely making a difference. Oh my god, this genie luck has been unreal lately. What is that, 3 more to go? This is awesome. 30 defense. 19 prayer. Zombies aren't afraid of us just yet, but I'm not really afraid of them either anymore. This spot is amazing. Look at that. It's so easy. 17, 18 cooking. The exact burn rates for each level aren't known, but you stop burning meat on a fire at level 34. We've been walking out of here with way less burnt meat than when we started, and it's been helping out a lot. 36, 37, 38 attack. 20 prayer. 1 more to go until an iconic milestone. That's gonna be sweet. Don't mind me just cleaning up the streets. We're already up to 59 reported bots. I don't even think I've switched worlds yet. This is actually insane, man. Holy. There it is, 40 attack. Now I just need to find some rune weapons, I guess. Well, back to training strength. Another mind rune drop is welcome, but man, we have gone super dry in the looting bag so far this trip. The juggle struggle is real. 37 strength and 44 combat. Cool. Mom! Honestly, the sandwich lady's really good. She gives us like the one thing we can't get, food. She offers one of the 7 pieces of food she has on her tray, and you have to pick the right one. Most of these are pretty good. The chocolate bar only heals for 3 like a rat meat does, but the roll, the 2 sandwiches, and the baguette each heal for 6. The meat pie would be incredible to get. It heals for 6, but you get 2 uses. She and the Drunken Dwarf, another random event that we can run into, can also give us a kebab, which is a super weird piece of food. The kebab's health regen is random. Typically, you get healed for 3 HP plus another 7% of your max HP. There is a rare chance for a few other effects, though. You can get a stat boost and a massive heal of 7 plus 24% of your HP. There are 2 different stat draining effects, or you could get no effect at all. In total, there's a 29 out of 32 chance that it heals us. It's a little risky for something like a boss fight, but for killing Chaos Druids or Hill Giants, they'll be amazing. Bread roll heals for 6, which is 2 meat. We do meat math now. 21 prayer. I think this is the Guam leaf. If I'm right... There it is. Level 5 herb lore, we can finally clean Marentil. Marentil is the herb we need to hold on to for Dr. Jekyll to get an anti-poison, but being able to clean 2 herbs instead of 1 also increases our herb lore XP per hour dramatically. We've only been able to clean Guam leaves so far, and they give 2.5 XP each. Not only do Marentil give 3.8 XP per clean, we're also now able to clean 2 herbs, which should effectively more than double our XP per hour. Neat. And that puts us at exactly 420 herb lore XP. Of course it does. With Dr. Jekyll on the mind, I just thought of something really big. I'm pretty sure I figured out a solution to the agility problem. We don't actually need to get all the way up to 15. I think we can do it at level 12. Here's what we need to do. We need to train our herb lore up to level 40 so we can clean one of the Irrit leaves that these Chaos Druids have been dropping. Cleaned Irrit, Dr. Jekyll, agility potion. It'll boost our agility level by 3, which means if we drink 1 dose at level 12, it'll put us at 15. It's a temporary boost, but between the 4 doses, I think it should last long enough to get us from level 12 to level 15 agility, and then we can just climb across the monkey bars whenever we want. We'll be able to start training our agility early, and we'll be able to snag that staff from the Earth Warriors. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit 40 herb lore before we get to level 15 agility through lamping, so this is big. Well, let's get back to herb lore and training our combat stats some more. 37. It's not a work from home day today. We gotta go to the office. Let's see how the plan's panning out. Look at all these Marentil I can't withdraw. This is called Tegrity. This looks great though, it's working perfectly. It's actually a pretty wild way to get around not having a bank. 19 cooking. Level 6. And level 7. Oh, hey, wow, a bronze bar. I can't believe how lucky we are to get a bronze bar. Can't imagine life down here without a bronze bar. 38 strength. Mind rune. Genie, I have a wish. 39. 40 strength. Ah, the stats are looking real good. We've gained a lot of levels so far. Okay, wait, 22 prayer's big. Rapid heal is gonna go a long way. Rapid heal doubles our HP regen. If I'm right, I don't think we're gonna have to flinch them so much anymore. Mind rune? Mind rune. We've barely had to flinch them at all. I think our food problem is more or less solved. We didn't get any better food, but between training our defense, getting every armor upgrade possible, and unlocking rapid heal, we've gotten around it. And in a way, I think that's cooler. Wow, not as cool as this grain drop, though. I would love to talk to whoever designed these ancient loot tables. They're wild. Oh, wow. Okay, these guys aren't aggressive to us anymore. I'm just realizing. I think the zombies down near the cooking are like a little higher leveled, though. But sooner or later, they'll be good, too. This is really cool. Yeah, I think between the de-aggro improvements we've gotten, the levels, the armor that we've gotten, the rapid heal prayer, our food crisis is officially averted. I think we're just good. 20 cook. Now we can finish short green guys. No comment. 46 combat, but also 41 strength. Richard Turpentine with a measly 80 GP for us. Another herblore level already? I feel like we just got level 5. These are flying by now. Marintils and Guams are so good. Mind runes. Stronger. Healthier. Gravedigger. Did I speak too soon? This event is pretty neat because it's currently the only way we can access our bank. Like, our real bank, not the death's office thing, like actually our bank. This mausoleum is a deposit box and anything we put in here goes directly into the bank. Not super useful at this very moment, but we can still deposit a few things. Let's get rid of these herbs and the bread roll might be worth storing for later. Food's really hard to come by and I don't know when we're gonna have a better source. Very cool, got a new emote, and after we unlock all of them and the outfit, this random event will start giving us XP lamps too. So that's something huge to look forward to. Actually, that's the same for all the randoms. The more outfits we complete, the more XP we're gonna get. 21 cooking. Members can churn cream, but it's November, so I'll pass. 23 prayer. 43 strength. Mind rune. Mind rune. All right, I think it's time we trade in some mind runes for dopamine. 8 magic, 9 magic, and that's Earth Strike unlocked. That's a new max hit for Air Strike. Wind Strike, sorry, my bad, I know. All right, and that's 11, and I need a ton more runes. A ton more runes. 40 HP, 31 defense, 32 defense, getting way tankier. This is great. Also would just like to add that in one more combat level, the zombies become unaggressive, so that's pretty neat. 24 prayer, 33 defense. Ooh, I think that's our first ruby drop, cool. Okay, I don't even think it's been 5 minutes, but I guess we're on to diamond now. Mind runes. 34. 35 defense. That's samurai armor, but it's also 49 combat, which means our zombie friends are now actually friends and don't fight us anymore. No. Oh my god, the timing. I think I saved it. We can get back in time, right? Jesus, that could not have been a closer save. Oh my god. Okay, one more to go. That's sweet. I'm so glad we saved that. Actually, I think this is just enough mind runes for... That's the big one, level 13 magic. We unlock Fire Strike, and Wind Strike is now the strongest it's ever gonna be. So I think this means we're done training on skeletons, and next time we're gonna try to fight something a little more dangerous. Just me and the boys. Level 7 herblore, which means 4 more to go until we can clean Terramin. At that level, our herblore XP is gonna go crazy because we can actually start making potions down here. 36 defense and 41 HP and 37 defense and oh look, over 1,000 Chaos Druids. Only 9,000 more to go. Man, this Chaos Druid grind is actually pretty terrible, but think of how many herbs we're gonna have banked when we're done. I mean, I say banked, but I guess it's more officed. And I guess we're gonna have to move them 28 at a time when we do unlock a bank. Yeah, you know what? Let's just not think about that. Godspeed, Roy. Godspeed. 50 combat. 5-0. It's actually getting kind of crazy how far we've come in such a small space. I think there's a joke there, but I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Roy would have gotten it. Still pious despite all the jokes. Oh shit, he's level 52. He could actually attack us if we go into level 2. I need to really start paying attention. Here's a super quick rundown of the wilderness. Everything past these gates is the wilderness. Here's the level of wilderness we're in and the combat levels for players who are able to attack us. The farther north in the wilderness you go, the higher the wilderness level and the combat level range become. I need to start paying more attention from now on and stick to the lowest level wilderness I can. I guess raising our combat level has its downsides. 39. And finally 40 defense. That is base 40 melee stats and it looks clean. I'd say we can equip all the rune armor that we're never gonna get down here, but there is actually a chance I could be wrong pretty soon. I don't want plants, I want lamps. There are a few randoms we haven't seen in a long time, and some we still haven't seen yet, but we keep getting the same ones over and over. There's actually a reason for that. When you're in the wilderness, there are some random events that you can never get. Any of the ones that teleport you away and put you into an instance. I'm pretty sure this is so that you can't get saved by a random event in the wild if someone's trying to PK you. We can still get our lamps though because Countcheck and Genie can still spawn in the wild. Thank God. Mind Rune. 8 herb lore. The levels are rolling in now. 45 strength, 51 combat, and 250 total. This is a pretty cool milestone because look at this. The skeletons aren't aggressive to us anymore. Yeah, I was right. This does feel really good. Now it's literally just the hobgoblins and the hill giants, and we don't have to worry about anything else down here. Actually, I've got an arrangement going on with the hobgoblins, so maybe scratch that. Hey, 23 cooking. Before we get back to killing like 9,000 more chaos druids, there's one more item I want to get that should speed it up. Let's have a chat with our new friends. It's not these chaos runes, but we absolutely will need and take them. It's not unlocking Hawkeye at level 26 prayer, but I guess we'll take it even though we don't have a bow. Huh. I knew random events could despawn if you waited long enough, but did you guys see that? It's actually a really cool touch that the strange fruit withers on the vine if you wait too long. That's really neat. Yeah, I want to play game. Kinda makes that singular ruby drop from earlier pretty insignificant, huh? 42 attack. And 5 chaos runes? Yep. More chaos runes. I think these guys are probably our best source of it down here, so expect to see a lot more of them dead in the future. Just one more lamp to go into level 2 agility. I can't wait until we start getting 20 XP per lamp instead of 10. That's gonna speed it up so much. Oh shit, that's what we need. That's what I wanted, that's the scimitar. The scimitar is so iconic, and surprisingly a measly iron one is a lot better than the steel longsword. Longsword slower, attack speed king. Oh my god, I'm just realizing I've been using the steel longsword instead of the iron sword to fight the chaos druids literally this entire time. And that's what, like 1,500 chaos druids? I've been fighting with a handicap. What am I doing? Well, fellas, we've almost doubled our defense level. We have the spiny helm and we got an iron scimitar, so I kind of want to try out hill giants again. Okay, wow, they're still clapping us. This is great. 4 damage from 1 screw up. Oh, okay, frogs. Dude, I'll take a kiss, sure. Listen, I know I've been making a lot of jokes, but I did not expect this kind of self-discovery. I was kind of expecting a princess. When did this change happen? It sucks, but we're for sure not able to fight them normally. We gotta flinch them still. Regardless of the flinching situation, we've gotta press on. It'll have to do for now, and like I hinted at earlier, I've got some dangerous upgrades in mind for us that should make a difference real soon. Again, navigating around limited gear is something I signed up for. This is what the journey is all about, and I know we can handle it. Let's keep flinching. Also, there's no point in holding on to this frog token. I can't go to the Varrock clothes shop to redeem it, so I might as well drop it. Oh shit. We got it, we did it. That was our main goal. We are so not ready to take on Obor, but man, does it feel good to get this. It's starting to feel real now. We're actually gonna leave this dungeon. 43 attack. Mind runes. Dude, that's so good. Ooh, it's the fishing one. Nice, that's awesome. This random's the only way we can train fishing for a long time. As long as we've got below 50 magic, we'll be getting fishing XP from this event every single time. If it's higher than that, it's a 50-50 shot that we'll get magic instead. Fishing XP is good though. We need it for bosses in the future, so this is great to get early on. Look at that XP drop. 7 fishing for free? Damn, that's awesome. 27 prayer. 44 attack. Beautiful. I'll take every mind rune I can get. Yes, you love to see it. This is a big one because there it is. Level 2 agility. From here on out, every XP lamp's gonna give us 20 XP instead of 10, which should make this grind go way faster. Ooh, double snapegrass seeds. That's a good one as well. 45 attack. Puts us at 53 combat. 1 combat level closer to being PK'd in the wildy. Can't wait. Ooh, chaos runes. And 5 at a time is really good, actually. I think I'm gonna keep killing these guys whenever we need to die and store our inventory, just on the off chance we get some more chaos runes out of the deal. I don't need cosmics. I'm never gonna use them. Definitely need the giant key. Taking that Marintil. We need to keep one for Jekyll. I think the rest is good. That all goes to the long-term storage. Can't forget to pick up our bronze arrows while we're in the neighborhood. 44 HP. After this inventory, I think I'm probably gonna flip back to the hill giants. I gotta remember that this is a marathon, not a sprint, and we've got 10,000 chaos druids to kill. Plus, we're gonna need the giant keys anyway, and the prayer XP from the big bones is nice. So I'm gonna do that. The entrance to Obor's lair is unlocked now that we've gotten the first key, and we're able to fight him as often as we want. The real loot from the boss fight isn't from him though. It's from his chest, and that can only be opened by using up a giant key after we kill him. There's a lot of really good stuff for us to get from that chest, so we'll for sure be stockpiling a bunch of the keys for whenever we're ready to take him on. Also, hill giants drop big bones for better prayer XP, and we need to train that up to unlock the protection prayers. So this is something we're probably gonna have to do anyway. Speaking of prayer, 28. Steel skin. Dude, we already had that. Look at us. Chaos runes, gimme. Ooh, 46 strength and 54 combat. And that's a new max hit with the Iron Simi. Chaos tally. What are the odds of that one? That is a 1 in 2K. Huh. What I also didn't mention was there's a chance this was supposed to be a dragon spear and we just got scammed. Most of the monsters in this game have access to a second drop table called the gem drop table. There's a rare chance on every kill to roll on this table instead of the monster's normal one, and this is how we've been getting gems like the ruby and diamond drops from earlier. There's a super rare chance though to get a dragon spear from this table, and that would be an insane upgrade to get. The part that sucks is, for whatever reason, you can't get one if you haven't completed Legends Quest, and we definitely have not done that, and also, why is that even a thing? If you get the D spear roll and you haven't done the quest, it gets replaced with this Chaos Talisman, which is totally useless for us. The spear is 128 times rarer than the talisman, meaning that every time we get this drop, there's a 1 in 128 chance it would have been the spear. So that's a fun, depressing thing to keep track of. Also, mind runes. More mind runes. Dude, another genie? We have gotten so many. This is great. Oh, here we go. Key number 2 feels good. That is kill 195, which is actually really good. Oh, death runes. That's our first death rune drop on the account. That's really cool. 47 strength, hold up. Nice. Mind runes? That's over 60. I think that's just enough for something pretty big. Last episode, I hinted at trying to kill a more dangerous enemy. And now that we've got enough mind runes, I think we're ready to try to take on a black demon. Black demons are the highest leveled monsters in the Edgeville Dungeon, and they also drop some of the best equipment. The most common upgrade is the black sword at a rate in 1 in 32. This is one of the best things we can get right now because of how much it'll speed up the Chaos Druid grind. There are 3 other drops that are pretty rare. The Mithril Kite Shield is probably the least exciting of the 3, but it would definitely be an upgrade over the Iron one. The Rune Medhelm and the Rune Chain Body would both be phenomenal to get. The Rune Medhelm would be about the same defense as a Myth Kite Shield, but the silver lining is we can easily use it while maging, which is probably going to be how we're killing Obor. Most armor in this game reduces the accuracy of magic attacks, but medium helmets do so the least. The Rune Chain Body gives an absolutely massive amount of defensive bonuses. It would literally more than quadruple our current bonuses, probably even letting us fight the Hill Giants normally. It would reduce our magic accuracy by a lot though, so I'm not sure we'd be able to use it against Obor. And finally, but maybe most importantly, black demons have about a 1 in 43 chance to drop cooked lobsters. These would heal us for 12, and they're the prime candidate for our main source of food for Obor. Okay, so here's the strategy. I died to create a gravestone to store all of our important stuff in. It's kind of like an insurance policy, but I don't know if it's going to work against other players. I guess the other option is to not do this though and for sure lose everything, so I think it's probably worth trying this. Whew, okay. We're about to go to the deepest part of the wilderness we've ever gone so far, and I'm literally shaking. We gotta watch out for other players the entire time. This is actually horrifying. All right, everyone be quiet. Okay, he can't kill us. They can though, holy shit, 16? Magic. 15 magic. So far, so good. We did it. Holy shit. First ever black demon, and we got literally nothing. All right, well, let's get out of here. Ooh, bank time. All right, cool. Okay, we don't need to keep the seeds on us, so we'll store these. Probably don't need these arrows either. I think that's good. One step closer to finishing the outfit and getting XP lamps from this guy, and damn it if I won't look great doing it. 29 prayer. Key number 3 for me. Thank you. Yes, dude, give me those mind runes. 45 HP. 48 strength. I'm swimming in these, thank you. All right, more death runes, cool. It's kind of funny though that we're excited about mind runes when death runes are like clearly the better one, but future Looty will be happy about that. 30 prayer. Gods, we're getting strong. Give me that golden lamp, you beautiful bastard. Dude, we already only need 3 more for a level. This is so much better than level 1. More death runes for future Looty. More mind runes for present Looty. Damn, another giant key, sweet. We've been getting so lucky on this. Look at this loot tracker. They're a 1 in 128 drop. So like, what, 500 of these we should have killed for this? Level 50 strength. 46 HP. And 56 combat. Surprise. Is flinching one at a time too slow? You ever think, boy, I sure do wish the repetitive strain injury my doctor promised I'd get would get here faster. Well, the Looty Flinch, trademarked, might just be right for you. But maybe not for me, because this is literally twice the effort, and I don't know if I'm about that life all the time. If I feel like I need to speed up the training a little bit, I'll probably start doing this, because it literally is twice as fast, and honestly, it might be the exact same speed as attacking normally, which is pretty cool. You know what else is pretty cool though? 31's big. This is our best in-slot offensive prayer we'll probably ever get on the account. It's 15% higher max hit, which will be really good for flinching. Mind runes. I figure we might as well try out this new prayer, right? So I've lined up the hill giant with the prayer orb on the mini-map as closely as I can. This makes it easier to turn the prayer on and off really quickly. If I leave it on all the time, it drains way too fast. So this is probably the only way we're gonna use this prayer for the time being. And apparently it makes us have a max hit of 9 instead of 8. Oh God, what is the drop rate of this? Okay, it's rare drop table, let's see. It's a 1 in 5,500 chance. And it does absolutely nothing for us. You used to be able to chuck these at level 40 range, I think, but now they can only be used as ammo for a weapon we'll never be able to get. Thanks, Jagex. I'm gonna keep them at a spite. Ooh, another fishing random? Boo, it's Pete. I don't want to talk to Pete. I wanted to get some fishing XP, but the Prison Pete random event actually has some pretty good rewards, so my bad, Pete. The most notable ones are the XP lamp, the toad flax and the snapdragon herbs, and the Ugthanki kebab, which would actually be super good for us because they heal for 19. I didn't mention this in the last video as a possible food source because, I mean, look at how rare this is. The odds we get this are abysmal. And that's why I wanted the fishing random. Well, our inventory could not be more full, so let's drop it off at Death's office and see how we're doing. We're already a third of the way full? Holy shit, man. I wonder what it's gonna look like when we have to finally get our first bank and lug every single thing over one inventory at a time, but that's a later looty problem. All right, just gonna grab the relevant stuff here and then grab ourselves another looting bag. 51 strength. Thank you. Freaky Forester number 2. Don't think we were supposed to see that stunt double. Just give me 1 sec. I want to admire all of this green beauty. Basically like everything we don't have in the Edgeville Dungeon. Well, I know who's winning every single fashion contest from here on out. My God, has science gone too far? Yes. Yes, it has. This is not even worth doing. It's pretty funny though, especially picturing someone coming down here and stumbling upon me taking on 3 hill giants at the same time. I think there's a whole industry built around that actually. 32 prayer. 47 HP. 52 strength. And that too. Oh wait, no, that's actually important. Wait. That is over double the combat level of the hill giants and the smaller hobgoblins. So the bigger ones now are the only thing we have to worry about down here. Well, and Obor too, but after those 3 hill giants, I don't even want to think about him. Nice. Halfway to double digits on the giant key. And this is probably a good spot to flip back to the Chaos Druids. 46 attack. Oh, so many mind runes. They're so much better than hill giants from mind runes, holy shit. Level 9 herb lore. That's 2 more to go until we can clean Terramin, the 3rd herb. Oh my God, again? Jagex, I will literally take anything else. Except EOC. Oh, you just love to see it. Very glad you can get XP lamps in the Wildy. (47 attack). 60 mind runes felt pretty good for the Black Demon trip, So I think that's what I'm going to aim for. So every time we die to store our stuff in Death's office, if we've got at least 60 mind runes, I think I'm going to go kill a black demon with them. All right, I've got a pretty good feeling about this one. 16 magic. Yep, pretty good feeling. Well, since the zombies aren't aggressive anymore, I suppose we can just stand right here. The little incremental upgrades, or improvements, I guess, feel really good. Like, surprisingly so. And I think we're actually starting to get a hang of the whole survival part of the challenge now. Mind rune. 48 attack and 58 combat. 48 HP. Mind runes. 33 prayer. I know I just talked about 60 mind runes being the cutoff, but we had a few left over, so I'm gonna try out 50 and see if that'll cut it. 17 magic. And that's Wind Bolt unlocked, which is big. We've started unlocking the bolt spells. We're gonna use the Earth one for Obor, so this is a new max hit. 18 magic. Jesus, we had one mind rune to spare and we got nothing. That's awesome. I was not looking forward to flinching with the steel longsword, so maybe we just flip back to 60 in case we get unlucky. Cooking, 24. Mind runes. 49 attack. It feels really bad seeing these super rare drops and knowing we'll never ever be able to do anything with them. If you get both halves of the key, you can put them together, open the chest in Taverley for a Dragonstone, and there's some other loot from it that would actually be... Oh. No, even for our account, it sucks. Man, this thing's dated. There's no boss in Taverley either, so obviously we can't ever use this. I'm gonna keep it as a trophy though, and you can't stop me. Mind runes. I feel like we're blowing all of our luck on XP lamps. God damn. One more to go until we hit level 3 and start getting 30 XP per lamp. 50 attack and 59 combat. Time to switch back to training strength. I'm ignoring defense for the time being because it's like we're not having a super big food crisis anymore. And it's not really improving our DPS at all like strength and attack would. And the more damage we deal, the more experience we get. So, strength. Mind runes. 25. 26 cooking. There is new information available from the cooking tutor. If only there was some sort of way we could search for information. If only we had that. And that, my friends, is the 2000th Chaos Druid killed. Here's the loot tracker, and I must say it's looking pretty okay. I can't wait to actually use some of these herbs we've been storing away in the future. That's gonna be awesome XP. We're 1/5 of the way through the Chaos Druid grind now, and my god is this slow. You know what's even slower though? Getting agility levels. I can't predict what random events we're gonna get in the future, but I feel like we've been pretty lucky so far with the number of XP lamps we've been getting. Even at this pace though, I don't think we're gonna reach level 12 in time for Obor, which means we're not gonna be able to get the Staff of Earth. No accuracy bonus from the staff, and manually casting every single spell during the fight. Not ideal. This isn't the worst part for me though. It's actually the fact, don't tell anybody, I've been losing sleep at night waking up thinking I've been PK'd by another player in a 2004 medieval clicking simulator and then subsequently having to log in to double check that I'm still alive. No, this is not a joke for the video. This is real. So yeah, I'd really like that to stop happening, so screw the marathon. I'm just gonna sprint through this grind and hopefully my nightmares don't come true along the way. All right, this is it. Here we go. Level 11 herb lore, and that is Terramin. We've got 3 whole herbs we can clean for XP now, and in 1 level, we'll be able to make strength potions. That is huge. 50 HP, and I'm noticing that the level gap between us and everyone else down here is starting to shrink, including the bots, which is kind of scary, because if someone wants to kill the bots, they can also kill us. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about guzzling, not just yet though. So here's what we're gonna do about it. We continue sticking to the level 1 wildy as much as we can, so only players within 1 combat level of us can attack. On top of that, at level 25 magic, we unlock our first teleport spell, Teleport to Varrock. Teleporting does give XP, but luckily for us, you get the XP before you teleport. Meaning, as long as we're in one of our allowed areas when we cast it, teleporting is technically within our rule set. So in a couple levels, we get an emergency out. PKers could still technically cast Teleblock on us, but regardless, I think having a teleport spell is definitely going to improve our odds of escaping should we need to. And hopefully this helps me sleep at night. 55 strength and a new max hit with the Iron Scimitar. Mr. Turpentine, what do you got? So, okay, I did leave out one random event food in the last episode, and it's this. Rick Turpentine can give a 2 HP healing spinach roll, which is worse than rat meat, by the way. So it's basically just a joke and is useless like 99% of the time. And we're pretty well good on food right now, so I'll probably start calling him by that other name for Richard. Mind Rune. Mind Rune. The most game-changing herb lore level we'll ever get. That strength potion's unlocked, and we're finally able to make potions down here and train herb lore properly. Our XP gains are going to absolutely skyrocket now. Strength potions are one of the best ones we'll be able to make for a very long time. Not only are they genuinely useful by boosting our strength levels temporarily, but they also give us a whopping 50 XP, and they're really easy to make. All we need to do is get some Terramin and vials of water from the Chaos Druids and then combine them with the Limpwort roots that the Hill Giants and Hobgoblins have been dropping. Man, I think this dungeon's actually so cool. Between this interaction, the cooking fire and the rats for the rat meat, and the beer glasses and the barrels of ale, it really feels like it's got its own little ecosystem going on down here. Mind Rune. That feels so good. I'm gonna stock up on a few of these, and then we'll switch over to the Hill Giants and grab some Limpwort roots to finish them off. 35 prayer. Mind Rune. You know what? Let's give these Hobgoblins a try instead of the Hill Giants. They drop the Limpwort roots way more commonly, but we probably can't flinch them super easily because the level 42s are still aggressive, so let's see if we can just fight them normally. Yeah, honestly, I kind of need it. These guys are slapping us, so I think we just go back to plan A and fight the Hill Giants. Speaking of, should probably grab these half-finished potions while we're at it. Oh, this is the first strength potion. Here it is. Dude, the first ever potion on Bossinbound. All right, well, that's as good as that's ever gonna feel. Call me crazy. I picked this up by accident, but call me crazy. I think I'm gonna keep it for the +1 magic attack bonus. We're only 1 drop away from 60 Mind Runes if we go back to the Druids, and it is technically an upgrade against the Black Demon. 56 strength and 61 combat. Mind Rune. Yay! Chaos Talisman number 2. And that's a 1 in 64 chance. One of those was a D-Spear. Level 13 Herblore. So the next big unlock is going to be stat restore potions at level 22. But between then and now, literally none of these unlocks are at all useful. So just be aware of that, I guess. I haven't really been to this part of the dungeon before because there hasn't really been much of a reason to. But just before the monkey bars are a whole bunch of deadly red spiders, which I feel like is a bit of a joke of a name, to be honest. They're like level 34. Did they name themselves this? Because I feel like nobody else would have. And their eggs. There are 6 sets of eggs, and they respawn after a minute, so they're pretty easy to collect. Once we start making potions out of Hairlanders, we don't have to worry about getting Limpworts from Hill Giants. The secondary is free, and it's right here. The downside is that these potions, they just suck. All they do is restore stats that have been lowered, but none of the important ones. They do nothing for HP or prayer. Even down here where we're constantly fighting an enemy that lowers our stats by 2, it probably isn't even worth using because right after you drink it, the stat's gonna be lowered again. You know, it actually would have been pretty useful for restoring our attack stat after drinking beer now that I think about it, but I don't think we're all that concerned about healing for 1 HP at a time anymore. Still, we're gonna be making a ton of these because all of the ingredients are right here and they give us 62.5 XP every single time. All right, we're over 60 mind runes, so let's see if we can get lucky with a black demon. 51 HP. 21 magic. Never lucky, dude. Well, we've got 4 more Terraman potions to finish, so back to the Hill Giants. Dude, what is going on? Why is this place so packed? And why are they all massive chads? I barely ever see a single person over here, and I just saw the D-Long Rune Med combo meal and this Rock Shell Champion with what? Is that a Fremenic helm? Okay, I gotta hop. There are way too many main characters in one place. Mind Rune. 14 Herblore. 57 strength. And that's a new max hit with the Steel Long. Giant key for me, and that makes number 6. And same kill, 36 prayer. And 62 combat. So that's 1 more prayer level to go until Protect from Magic, which is gonna be amazing later. But not now, but later. I know most of you know this, but super quick overview time. Protection prayers, unbelievably good. Against most enemies in the game, protection prayers prevent all of the damage as long as you choose the right one between melee, magic, and ranged. They're big prayer drains, but there are ways to get around that if I want to be super sweaty. The next protection prayer we get, Protect from Missiles, is the one that we'll be using against Obor, and it's going to prevent 50% of the damage we take from him, so this is actually a really big thing to unlock. Oh, no, Frog Prince. I know your tricks and you won't fool me again. I'm going to your home and we're gonna sort this out. Wow. And I thought I had it bad. No wonder they keep leaving. I'm gonna do the same. This sucks. You son of a bitch. You were working with him the whole time, weren't you? There's no winning with this guy. Hey, I was wondering when that would show up. Just 1 more rare item to collect and never ever use. Longbones are a 1 in 400 drop from any monster that can drop big bones. They're normally turned in for construction XP at this guy right here. The problem is, he's in Dorgish Khan, a quest-locked underground city with no boss in sight. This would have been pretty great for us, but currently there's no other way to turn these in, so they're just another collectible. 15 Herblore. Mind Rune. 27 Cooking, and shout out to this bronze bodyguard for keeping me safe from the bad men. 58 Strength. Mind Rune. Genie! Getting 30 XP at a time feels great. Hi, Editor Ludi here, chiming in to let you know that the footage for the 14th lamp has been lost, and the trust you and I have built is now forever broken, as I can no longer prove that I didn't go up to the outer world and gain exactly, and only, 20 XP to illegally hit level 3 and ruin the entire account just to save 1 single XP lamp. Well, now that that's out of the way, that's what I've been looking for. All right, here we go. Level 16, Herblore. Lucky number 7. Oh shit, that's 37 prayer and Protect from Magic has been unlocked. 3 more prayer levels to go until we get protection from Obor. That's number 3. Getting closer to the mathematical disappointment of missing out on a D-Spear. It's so weird to me that the game thinks the Chaos Talisman is one of my 3 most valuable items because it has 0 value to me at all. Level 17 Herblore. 59 Strength. I feel like they should have made these giant keys, oh, I don't know, giant? Our final potion gets us to 18 Herblore, and that's back to Chaos Druids we go. Mind Rune. 22 magic. I'll just let you figure out if that's good or not. Normal sized key number 9. Mind Rune. Into the double digits now. 53 HP and 63 combat. Mind Rune. Level 60 strength using an iron scimitar in the Edgeville Dungeon. Gotta admit, this is a new one for me. 38 prayer. And that's level 19 Herblore. It says we can make Guamtar, but I don't think it's been paying too much attention to what we've been doing so far down here. Another rare death rune drop for future looty to enjoy. Oh, 51 attack and 64 combat. That was a lot of unexpected all at once. Ooh, is it a mime? Oh my god, this was Little Looty's favorite event back in the day. I'd absolutely like to do one of these. I see absolutely no problem with this outfit, and I'm also fortunate that there is not a playground down in the Edgeville Dungeon. 23 magic. Hey, Waterbolt, nice. That's a new max hit. And that marks the 3,000th Chaos Druid killed. We are almost a third of the way through the grind now. What? Why didn't that giant rat drop anything? I saw him spawn and no one else damaged it. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's wild. I don't know why. So yeah, looking it up, I've got nothing. Has anyone ever seen this? I'm so confused. I feel like this guy's really living up to his name. Is this guy stalking me? Oh shit, I guess we're gonna have to redo the de-aggro timer too because we left the area. Oh yeah. Name one better random event item. I'll wait. 52. And 20 Herblore, all right. Well, I guess we can start cleaning Hairlander now. They're pretty common, and in 2 levels, we can turn them into stat restore potions for probably the best XP we can get. Mind Rune. You know, I'm not really sure why I haven't been doing this the entire grind so far, but I'm gonna start picking up these myth bolts. I'm not sure when or where I'll be needing or getting a crossbow, but it only takes up 1 inventory slot, so it's probably worth picking up. And I guess we've missed out on probably around 700 or so by now, but I could still pull in like 1,500 by the end of the grind. 54 HP. 53 attack. Mind Rune. 39 prayer, and 1 more level to go until protect from ranged. Mind Rune. Ooh, another XP lamp? Dude, already only 1 more to go until level 4. I'm so glad we're past level 1. The progress actually feels real now. Mind Runes. Mind Runes. "54 attack, 65 combat." We're kind of starting to get up there, huh? 21 Herblore, and that's one more level to go until we get that massive XP boost of stat restore potion making. Ah, Mind Rune. Oh, giant key number 11. I wonder how many we're gonna have by the time we're ready to fight Obor. What is this? Finish your food. 55 attack. Oh, Mind Rune number 636. I wonder how many we're gonna have by the time we're ready to fight Obor. The final piece of the puzzle. Ready for this? Here we go. And that, my friends, is level 22 Herblore. So excited to make about 1 billion of these vials of red dye 40. But seriously, this is gonna be so good for XP. Very neat. Our first ever half-finished stat restore potion. All right, check out how easy this is. Let's grab some of these eggs, and I guess they just kind of dissolve into the unfinished red dye 40. Oh yeah, there's a wilderness task for these. Since we're here. Checkmate, game. Actually, now that I think about it, how do limpwort roots turn into strength potions? Questions for scholars. Damn, look at that XP. It's so good, and they're right there. Truly, this is one of the moments of all time. Mind Rune! 24 magic. Wow. I wonder why everyone skips this Slayer task. 2 black demons in one trip? I've been looking at that gravestone timer every time we do this, and I think we've got enough time to start doing 2 kills per trip. Obviously, as long as we've got 120 mind runes. So I wanted to see if we could. And if we can't, it's no big deal. We'll just be risking every single thing we've been carrying this entire time. 25 magic. And 30 GP. Wow. This is pretty sweet though. We've got teleport to Varrock unlocked now, so the wilderness trip should be a lot safer. And we finally get to start using all those law runes that have just been gathering dust in the gravestone. I guess we can't really spam teleport to train though, because we'd be outside of our area after the first teleport. So none of the teleport spells will be a good use of law rune. I am stupid. I am so, oh my God. Telegrab, level 33. This could actually be so massive. Telekinetic grab lets you pick up items from a distance, and we unlock it at level 33 magic. The question is this: is it possible to hit the Earth Warriors from across the monkey bars? If we can, then we can probably also telegrab any loot that drops, meaning we wouldn't even need agility levels to get a Staff of Earth. Only one way to find out for sure. All right, let's give this a shot. No way, it actually works? Oh my God, that's so good. We can get a Staff of Earth for the Obor boss fight, yes. So I've been picking up this bronze arrow spawn every single time I came across it, and looking at our inventory, I feel like we might as well get this one too, right? Damn. 1K bronze arrows just from picking up one spawn 333 times. We are gonna have so many of these by the time we're ready to go. Look how easy this Herblore XP is, man. 5 potions just like that. It is not gonna get better than this for a long time. It probably also makes sense to combine all of these to make some empty vials, because I don't think we've got a good way to get them. 5 HP. Wow, it's already half full. I did not think we'd be filling it this quickly before we got our bank, but at this rate, we actually might do that. How many herbs are we gonna have to transport by the end of this, though? 56 and 66. 23 Herblore. It's finally happened! The plan's all coming together with the Dr. Jekyll anti-poison. Okay, let's kill this guy real fast. We don't lose this chance. All right, gonna drop the Terramin, so we asked for the Marintil. Beautiful, look at that. Now that I have it though, do I just like hold it in my inventory forever? I'll need it in the near future, but not until after Obor. But then how hard would it be to get another one if we stored it for later? I'm leaning toward putting it in Death's office though and grabbing a new one later, but I'm gonna think about it. Yes, 40 prayer. Protection from Obor unlocked. We are getting closer and closer to being ready. Also, this is just an amazing prayer to have for the rest of the account too. 3 more prayer levels until we're in the big leagues and we've got all 3 protection prayers. Mind rune. Mind rune. 24 Herblore. This is fast. Ooh, this is the one. Level 4 agility. 40 XP per lamp and only 3 more lamps to go until level 5. Huge. I know that agility levels aren't as exciting now that we can get a Staff of Earth without them, but agility is still a great skill to train, and crossing the monkey bars is still our lowest way to do it. For every increment of 10 agility levels, run energy restores faster. At level 1, you restore 1 point of energy every 4 seconds. At level 50, it increases to 1 every 3. You can think of it like this. At level 50, we restore run energy 33% faster than we did at level 1. Over time, this massively speeds everything up. Also, we're still gonna need the agility levels for bosses in the future, so it's kind of a no-brainer that we keep dumping the XP lamps into this skill. All right, we got more than 120 mind runes, so let's see if we can get 2 demons out of this trip. No drop, no level, never lucky. 26 magic. Well, shit. That kind of sucks. How rare is this? Do I want to know? Okay, I looked it up. The Addy bar is 1 in 64. So it's rarer than the black sword and the lobster, and about half as rare as any of the armor upgrades. Kind of brutal. 57 attack. Rune? Hey, that's a sweet level. We can clean Ranars now. We can't turn them into any potions until level 38, but most of you know how huge that'll be. Prayer potions are pretty good. Well, I hate to say it, but we are officially dry on loot. Between the black sword, the lobster, the myth kite, the rune med, and the rune chain, there's a 1 in 13 chance we would have gotten something useful by now. And that was kill number 13. Obviously, we're still gonna keep at it, but I was kind of hopeful we'd have something by now. That's level 26 Herblore, and we actually can make these energy potions with Hairlanders if we can manage to get a chocolate bar from the sandwich lady. So don't you sleep on this training method of ours. Okay, no wait, I'm dumb. You need a pestle and mortar or a knife to make the chocolate dust out of the bar, so continue sleeping on this training method of ours. 56 HP. Oh, hey, a hard clue. But what are the odds it's a doable step? Completing a hard clue would be unbelievable. Like, seriously, I would not believe you. Currently, there are no steps we can complete, and if you include every single area we'll have access to in the future, at best, there are around 10 steps we'll ever be able to complete out of 176. There is something we can do called clue juggling, which I'm sure we'll have to resort to if we ever want to finish one, but that's a later looty problem. If and when we do complete one though, the reward casket could be awesome. There's a lot of good ranged equipment we could get, and of course, there's the exceedingly rare 3rd age armor, but we're probably more likely to win the lottery than we would be to complete a clue and have the casket contain 3rd age. A man can dream though, can't he? My dreams have been shattered. Moving on. 27 Herblore, love it. Big milestone in 1 level. Man, okay, with our genie luck, we are never getting a drop from the black demons, I swear. This is a special milestone. Not because every milestone is special in its own way and celebrating the little victories can be just as rewarding and fulfilling as the large ones, but because this marks the halfway point to level 12 agility. It's all downhill from here, but like in the good way. Mind Rune. Level 28 Herblore. 41 Prayer. 28 Magic. Boo. Boo, you guys suck. We are now at 4,500 Chaos Druids killed, so almost halfway there. I think this makes it pretty obvious, though, that we definitely were not hitting 12 agility in time for Obor, so I'm pretty happy that we don't have to anymore. 60 attack and 68 combat. If only we had a dragon weapon. 29 Herblore, and that's Toadflax in one level. Whoa! Hey, remember all those Toadflax that we've been getting down here? Oh, you don't? That's probably because we haven't gotten a single one. You mostly get these through the Prison Peat random event or by growing your own with the farming skill. Peat hasn't exactly been generous, and we can't train the farming skill. So, not expecting this to be a very useful unlock anytime soon. 57 HP. No level, no drop, no dopamine. GD. I gotta get this guy something nice for Christmas. He's been so generous all year. One more into level 5. 61 strength. Oh shit, gotta book it. Oh, we can make this for sure though, right? All right, it's time to get our best in slot fashionscape necklace. It is not time for that. Nope, that guy can attack us. Okay, nope, not happening. Hop Worlds. Come on. Okay, you know what? All right, this'll do. I know we're probably fine, but I feel like even risking just 60 mind runes is a kind of big risk for us. 29 magic. Oh, wait, okay, full volume. This is big. Earthbolt has been unlocked. We've got the spell that we're gonna be fighting Obor with, and at level 35 magic, it'll then be at its strongest, and we'll be ready. This is awesome. I'm starting to get excited about the boss battle. I'm not getting these guys anything for Christmas. Well, we're halfway through the Chaos Druid grind. This has been brutal and terribly time consuming, but we're doing it. For me, hitting the halfway point on things really makes it hit home that whatever I'm doing is gonna get done. It's possible, and that feels good. We're at that level now where it seems like almost everybody down here could attack us. I'm seeing people around our level everywhere in the wilderness, and it's way more stressful now. I am glad that we've got our ace in the hole with the Bryophyta though, but I'll be even more glad when this is all over. Level 30 Herblore, Toadflax. Mind Rune? Mind Runes. So, not to brag or anything, but we are now also officially drawing equipment too. Dude, please let this not all be for nothing. There's a 1 in 18 chance of getting armor, and we've got 18 kills under our belt with nothing to show for it. I'm starting to feel a little disheartened about this. Rune armor is pretty rare though, and that's probably the main thing we want at this point anyway. It's a 1 in 64 chance for us to get a piece, so it's not something I should be expecting, and whichever way this turns out, I have to accept that we did what we could and we got level 35 magic along the way. That's been the big goal this whole time, so it absolutely will be for something. We have officially reported 100 air orb bots to Jagex. Jagex, please do something about these. 31 Herblore. Doesn't do anything for us, but 31's a pretty good number. God damn it, every time. 58 HP. 30 magic. magic. Bryo's staff is actually a big deal. We can get that. Oh my god, it's it. It's a rune med helm. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's huge. Let's get out of here. Oh, okay. This is massive. That, like, doubles our defensive bonuses. Oh my god, look at it. What an upgrade. Oh, I mean, that's just beautiful. You love to see that, man. That's beautiful. 32 Herblore gets us literally nothing. And that marks the 6,000th Chaos Druid slain. We've got over 5 mil worth of herbs and secondaries stashed away in the office now, and I am so happy that that's not just disappearing. 33 Herblore gets us, well, it gets us nothing. It gets us nothing. Come on, give me something good. Did I stutter? 64 strength and 70 combat. And that is a new max hit from the Iron Scimitar. 43 prayer. Absolutely massive level to get. We've got all 3 protection prayers unlocked now. Protect from melee is just going to be amazing in a bunch of places, but also down here. And essentially, we could replace flinching with this if we choose to lazy flick. There are a couple different ways to abuse the prayer point system in this game, and lazy flicking's one of them. The whole concept of prayer is that you're given these super powerful effects for a limited time based on a resource called prayer points. Active prayers drain these points over time, and when you run out, you can't use any more prayers. This is important, so stick with me. This whole game is built on something called the tick system, and here's a super simple explanation of it. The game updates every 0.6 seconds, or tick, and any action that was input during the previous tick will now happen on this one. If an enemy attack happens on the same tick that a protection prayer is active, the prayer negates the damage. Here's the weird quirk though. Prayer points don't start draining until the tick after the one they become active on, meaning that if you turn on a prayer the same tick that a monster attacks, and then turn it off before the next one happens, you prevent the damage and you won't lose any prayer points. For us, think of lazy flicking as a faster but more challenging version of flinching. Now we can attack monsters at normal speed with guaranteed 0 damage against us, as long as we can time it properly on every single attack. This isn't as difficult as it sounds, but it does take a lot of attention and experience. Lamp time. Gonna de-aggro these guys and do the classic throw it at agility. Sneaky level 59 HP before that happens. The 5th agility level on the account right here, right now. Boom. 40 agility XP for level 5 Agi. Okay, look at this. There were potions in the gravestone when I died, so when my inventory got added to the gravestone, they all fell out to the ground. There were a bunch of comments a couple episodes ago saying I had a setting wrong, but this is just how the mechanic works. Look, here's my death pile setting. It's off. This still happens, and I'm pretty sure it's so you can't stockpile like hundreds of supplies right outside boss rooms. Well, we just unlocked the ability to prayer flick against melee enemies, so I think it's time to put it to the test and see if we can get away with it against a black demon. Gotta go big or go home. And I guess this is our home, so I'm not really sure if that's the right idiom for this. I'm gonna use a different method of prayer flicking called one-tick flicking because we're kind of on a timer here. This will let me have the offensive prayers and protect from melee active the entire time without any prayer drain, but I've got to turn all of the prayer off and on again every single game tick, not just the ones where the demon attacks. I'm pretty bad at this, but the gravestone timer's not looking too great, so I think I've just got to do this if we want to make it out of here before it disappears. If it gets really close, I'll just book it without getting the kill. That was intense. And absolutely not worth it. That was way too close for comfort, and I do not need something else to keep me up at night. 31 magic. New year, new teleport. What do we got? Wow. Well, at least I didn't have to one-tick flick for this. Mind runes. It was 102. I got rid of like 20 bots. I got rid of 18 bots from the game. That's kind of cool. $34 Herbalore. All those agility potions we will never ever make. Can't wait. Dual wield anti-poisons? Should one man have this much power? Level 65 strength, and that's a new max hit for flinching. Which, when considering we have protect from melee now, might not mean a whole lot. Probably not going to keep track after this one. More black demons, more incredible loot. Oh my god, dude, I could have just played the same footage twice. These guys suck. I hope whoever invented this random event is living their best life right now. 50 XP per lamp is pretty good. 35 Herblore. We're sandwiched between the agility potions we can't make from last level up and the combat potions we won't be able to on the next one. HP officially getting accepted to the 60 plus club. 32 magic. Okay. Not as exciting as 43, but I'll take another prayer level. Wow. I forgot to record this part, but luckily I found the stream footage for this very important level. 33 magic. Telekinetic grab. This changes everything. Literally everything. It is time. We are ready to fight the Earth Warriors. That is 7,777 Chaos Druids killed. Actually kind of insane. 67 strength. I believe, don't quote me on this, that is a new max hit on accurate. We can now hit 9s on accurate. We're going back to training attack. Another one? 4 1 in 5k drops and 8,000 kills? I'm gonna switch to the skeletons for a bit. Worth it. 61 attack. Whoa, one more level to go, guys. 61. 37. Okay, this should be enough. Let's get the staff. We need to de-aggro these guys first. I scouted out the area beforehand a little bit, and I'm pretty sure this torch is going to be our best bet. Beautiful. All right, it's time. Earth Warriors are, well, they drop a Staff of Earth. These guys are truly from the old world. They were added to the game in 2002, and it really shows when you look at their drop tables. They drop some runes, they drop some herbs and seeds, they drop a steel spear for some reason, and they drop a Staff of Earth, which is really the only thing we're after here. Ooh, this is exciting. Okay. All right, here we go. Come on. Okay, false start. Let's try the other guy. Here we go. Okay. All right, cool. I think that guy works. I'll keep track of him. It's fine. All right, here we go. First kill, what do we get? Oh, dude, no way. What a drop. Oh, yeah. Okay, 100% confirmed you can telegraph the items, though, so that is just too cool. Honestly, I kind of wish there were more interactions like that in the game. Kill number 2. Earth runes. I feel like that makes a lot of sense, though, so fair. There's the steel spear. Unfortunately, I don't think this is better than the iron simi for normal combat, and it's not better than the steel one for flinching, but it is better for fashionscape. So this is going to be our placeholder staff, I think. What? I think because he spawned behind the torch, I can't reach him anymore. Aw, that's super annoying. Okay, so it looks like it's a line of sight thing. So I can reach him from the distance, I just need to be able to see him. That makes sense. I mean, hey, if I use 1 law rune to telegraph the 2 law runes, that's kind of a bargain. 34 magic. It's hard to believe that we've only got 1 more to go. After so many hours, I'm finally seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Nothing. Just nothing. Thank you. Thank you, Jagex. The torch. I'm out of mind runes anyway, so maybe him spawning there is a sign that we gotta head back to the druids. I don't really want to dip into the chaos runes just yet, so this is probably the play. On the topic of chaos runes, I'm starting to realize there's one more problem we're gonna run into with Obor. Time. I don't have a huge sample size, but based on the skeletons we've killed so far, it seems like we're pulling in about 20 chaos runes per hour. I imagine we'll be using somewhere around that many earth bolts to kill Obor each time, so each attempt is gonna cost us about an hour's worth of runes. Looking at all the monsters in the Edgeville Dungeon, skeletons are definitely our best bet for runes because they're also our best source of water runes. We'll need these too because I plan to use the bind spell during the boss fight. This'll hold Obor in place for 5 seconds, giving us time to mage him and avoid his melee attacks. Bind also uses nature and earth runes though. We've got a small stockpile of both, but we won't be getting any more from skeletons. They just don't drop them. So if we start running out of these, we'll not only have to spend time resupplying on the skeletons, but we'll also have to farm hill giants for more nature runes. With this in mind, resupplying after we're out of runes could be a pretty big time sink. And let's not forget that we might not even get the kills. Let's also not forget that the crux of this account is that I'm not an endgame PVMer. I don't have a lot of bossing experience, so I'm expecting to fail and learn from doing so. I know we've got a lot of them, but I don't want to have to worry about running out of earth runes on top of all of that, so getting the staff is definitely next up on our bucket list. Let's pull together a few more runes and get to it. 62 attack. 45 prayer. I think that's Mystic Might unlocked. I didn't see it, that's weird. Yeah, Mystic Might's unlocked now. It does give some strength bonus, so maybe that'll be useful, not really sure. 8,888 Chaos Druids. We're getting really close. At this rate too, I think we might even be finished before 10K. All right, this is a big moment. Check this out. 38 herb lore, that's prayer potions unlocked, and we will be making so many of these in the future. Anyone who's played this game for any amount of time probably knows how important prayer potions are. And the best part for us is that we can actually make them down here. Chaos Druids drop all of the ingredients: vial of water, ranar weed, and snapegrass. I don't expect we'll be using these against Obor because HP is going to be our limiting resource there, but these will be mandatory for so many bosses later on. Wow, there it is. That actually feels really good. Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way to get exactly 1 more mind rune down here, so 72 is gonna have to do. Free XP for me. Boring. I'll take it. You know what? I think I'll take it again. Well, we've done it. We finally reached level 35 and unlocked Firebolt. Earthbolt now has a max hit of 14, and you know what this means? Our 10,000 Chaos Druid grind has officially come to an end. Looking at the loot tracker, we actually got pretty lucky. On average, it takes 9,216 Chaos Druids to get the amount of runes that we got in 9,000. Also, pretty cool that we needed fewer runes than I thought we would, so either my math was off or we dealt more damage than we were expected to during our mage training. Either way, very happy about it. Well, that's the last of the mind runes, but I mean, I've got to finish the kill, right? Or otherwise we wasted all the mind runes from earlier. I feel like that's fair, right? Oh man, and that was so worth it too. I'm gonna do a few more kills and then I'll probably go back to the Chaos Druids. Yes! It was literally the last kill before I left. Oh, look at this. We got the Staff of Earth. Oh, that looks so good. Unlimited earth runes, and honestly, probably more importantly, being able to auto cast spells just by left clicking on the monster. I am so done with manually casting every single spell from the spell book. This is great quality of life for us. Also, I guess now that we're done with the Chaos Druid grind, we're also done with the Black Demons. No more mind runes means no more gear upgrades before Obor, and worse, no food other than rat meat. I guess we could still get lucky with some random event food, but I'm not gonna bank on that. I'm just gonna get good because that's the whole point of all this anyway. Honestly, the armor upgrades might have decreased our magic attack bonus too much to even be worth using. Maybe the rune med's the best thing we could have gotten. Okay, we got the magic level, we got the staff, now we need the runes. To the skeletons we go. We've got over 50 here already, but I'm gonna grab a few more just to be safe. I can't believe I'm saying this, but after we're done here, we'll be ready to fight Obor. That is so exciting to say out loud, man. Another loop half? Wow, this is stupid rare, right? It is. It's a 1 in 16,000. Too bad it's useless. Now, technically that isn't exactly true. I hadn't even thought of this, but shout out to Basket of Puppies 642 for reminding me about the crystal chest and Prypthinus. He's right about the time frame though. This would definitely be late game content for us. Plus, with how many quests are needed to unlock Prif, not really sure we'll be able to get all the items we need for them in our areas. But we're gonna burn that bridge when we get there. 63 attack. No way, dude. What are the odds? We'll also be laughing at this in retirement homes, I swear to God. Chaos runes. The new mind runes. Okay, I don't think I could bring a better number of chaos runes, so let's go grab some of our best food and bring it along with us to meet our new giant friend. What? What else could I have meant by best food? We're not level 83 combat yet, so the big level 42 hobs are still aggressive, but if all goes well, we shouldn't have to rely on the campfire too much longer. Well, we burned one, but I don't think that 3 HP is gonna make it or break it. Famous last words. This door has been staring at us for over 100 hours. Now it's time to open it. Okay, we've done everything we needed to do. We've got 35 magic from 9,000 Chaos Druids, and our Earth Bolt is at max power. We've got a Rune Medhelm from Black Demons for more defense. Iron Kite Shield, way too much negative magic attack bonus for what little defense it gives, so absolutely not worth using. We've got our Staff of Earth from the Earth Warriors so we can auto-cast Earth Bolt. We've got enough Chaos Runes for a few tries, and we've got the best food we could get. Here's the plan. We use Protect from missiles because if it all goes according to it, we're not gonna have to worry too much about melee. We cast Binds at him to lock him in place while we run away and cast Earth Bolts from a distance. If we take damage and I'm worried about dying, we've got 27 HP worth of rat meat to heal with. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but being prepared doesn't hurt. I understand that deaths are to be expected and are part of the learning curve, but hopefully we can avoid a few, and the huge time sink of resupplying after each of our failures, by planning out the battle a little bit beforehand. Well, it's been staring at us long enough. Obor is a huge stepping stone. He himself has the exact same drop table that hill giants have, but the chest in his lair contains items that would absolutely catapult our account forward. rune full helm, rune longsword, rune battle axe, rune kite shield, rune chain body, rune plate legs, rune two-handed sword. Any and all of these are massive improvements over what we've got going on now, which is in some cases literally nothing at all. And if that wasn't enough rune, there are also a bunch of possible magic runes too. The chaos runes in particular would be great for keeping the grind going. What we want most, of course, is the single unique item in Obor's collection log, the Hill Giant Club. Not only is this an awesome flinching weapon, but if we get this, we're free. This boss will be completed and we can move on to the next area. It is a very, very rare drop though. Each opening of the chest, we have to use one of our keys. The keys that we get from Hill Giants at a rate of 1 in 128. The club is a 1 in 118 chance from each opening of the chest, so I'm sure you guys are starting to put the pieces together. Average luck puts us in the neighborhood of around 15,000 Hill Giants worth of keys to get the club. So let's hope I'm not as average here as I am in another area of my life when we get lucky. Let's do it. And go. Oh my God, is that all it binds for? Jesus Christ, that is no time. Bind him. Fuck, bind, work. 5 seconds is not enough time. Run. Oh my God, why? That could have gone better. This is looking pretty bad. I don't even think we got him to half health. So what went wrong here? Looking back at the footage, there are a few problems. First, bind is male because it does not last nearly as long as it says it does. It says it lasts for 5 seconds. Really trying to make the rest of us look bad here. But it seems like the timer starts on cast instead of when the spell actually hits and activates. This means that realistically, we get about 3 seconds of frozen Obor, barely enough for 2 casts before he reaches us. This is good to know though, because now we can plan around it. 2 casts, then a bind, rinse and repeat. Secondly, we're still taking a ton of damage from his ranged attack. Against Obor, Protect from Missiles only prevents 50% of the damage, not 100. I might throw on the kite shield to become a bit tankier and focus on trying to eat some more food to survive the next battle. Finally, the positioning of Obor when we cast Bind is going to be super important. Ideally, we should wait a bit and bind him as close to a corner as possible. This should give us more room to run away and corral him around the perimeter. If we can execute these 3 things, I think the fight will go a lot more smoothly and we'll have a real chance of taking him down. So the positioning issue got me thinking. We've de-aggroed a ton of monsters down here. Is it possible to de-aggro Obor? If we can do it, maybe we can wait until he's in a corner to start the fight. I know it's a pretty small thing, but I think at this point, every little change is gonna add up. I'm assuming... wait. I don't know if we can log out here. That's the only problem. Perfect. Okay, so he's de-aggroed down. Technically. So let's see if this works. I mean... yeah. You can totally just de-aggro Obor. Okay, so we've done this. What if you just open the chest? You can't open the chest while Obor is attacking you. Jagex, we have a very different description of attacking me. Okay, so that is the place where we want him to be. For sure. Okay, attempt 2. Here we go. That is exactly where we wanted him. That's beautiful. Oh God, we splashed. Not a great spot. Okay, okay. We are not hitting at all. This is not good. Huh. I don't know, man. I think the binds are kind of holding us back. I think they're putting us in one. Okay, I was wrong. More armor was a bad call. We splashed a lot of the spells we were casting, and a consequence of missing a bind is tanking Obor's melee attacks, which hit up to 22, by the way. I think we go the opposite route. Take off all of our armor. No kite shield, no rune med helm. The helm's great, but I really do think we need every single spell to land. Our positioning was still a problem, so I've got to focus on that more this time around too. Also, the cooked meat, not worth it. Eating delays our next spell by 3 ticks, and for 3 HP, I'm not gonna risk losing 22. No food and no armor might seem a little counterintuitive, but funny enough, it's kind of what we're used to down here. We've got enough chaos runes left for at least one more try, so let's give it one. Bind, hello? Oh my god, are you serious? Great timing, Kay. Okay, this is going way better. Come on. Come on. We just gotta do it. We gotta do it right here. Come on. This is really close. Big hit. Come on, come on. Holy shit, we did it. Actually did it. It is completely doable. What do we get? Oh! Oh my god, that's... Oh! That... No way. Who needs snares? We've got bind. Are you kidding? Of course we can do this. God damn, look at us now. 1 KC Obor got the rune kite shield. I'm shaking. Oh man, that felt good. Okay, let's take a look at the combat achievements and see what we're working with. Obor. Kill him while he's demobilized. That's gonna be easy. We can do that. Free to play world. Could probably do that too. 5 times. That's probably the hardest one. Kill Obor without taking any damage off prayer. Maybe we got hit by melee. Alternatively, we could just get good and get the Hill Giant Club. Dude, I can't believe we got a rune kite kill 1. I think the kite is probably worth using. Actually, I don't know if it is. I don't know if we even use it. We did so much better with no armor. Way better. Like, this is -8. We only have +10. Yeah, I don't think it's worth. You had so much time and you didn't get the wave right. Look at this Chad, though. Holy shit, dude. Addy Mace, love it. All right, I'm ready. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, I want to go over here. Good bind. We are taking a lot of damage. That was max hit. Fuck. Oh, we were so close. Oh, we were so close. Fuck. You know what? We're pretty much out of runes, but why don't we try a melee kill with our fancy new kite shield? It doesn't cost us any supplies, so why not? Praying ranged. Running over attacking. Over to the wall. See how this goes. Okay. He's doing a lot of ranged attacks. I think he's exclusively using ranged. Yeah, not even close. But maybe there's a way to cheese it. I want to see if there's any way I can, like... No. Hold up. Maybe. Nope. Right, he does that. Nobody puts Obor in a corner. I think I just gotta suck it up. I just gotta go farm more runes. We don't have a good way to get food, but we do have a way to prevent more damage. Training up our defense. I focused on attack and strength to get us through the Chaos Druid grind a little bit faster, but now that we're maging them, I feel like it makes sense to train up the defense. And Chaos runes on the first kill is a pretty good sign. Dude, who are you? Massive main character energy from Owl Muffin. This guy is having way more fun than any of us in this game. I just looked him up. That's a normie account. Do you think he was looking through the gate and saying the same shit about us? Please be the fishing one. Please be fishing. Don't make me go and hang out with Pete again. Yes! Take me to your island! Shout out to evil billionaire Bob for letting me on his island to train fishing. They normally don't let you take the net off of here when you leave, but I'm gonna try to see if I can telegrab it. Alright, drop it right here, and... There's no book. You can't use magic on here. Level 10 fishing. Take it in while you can. He stops inviting us once we hit 18. Another loop half. What's our KC now? 2 loop halves and almost 900 kills. 1 in 16k, folks. 45 defense. And the Chaos Rune grind begins. Fishing. Fishing. Don't make me hang out with Pete. Fishing. Off the island and into prison. I think I'm the first person this has happened to. Ooh. Pete, I don't care what the allegations say about you. You're a stand-up guy. Hey, Obor food. That's great. Okay, could you imagine if that's where we got the stale baguette? Level 46 prayer. 1 more to go till 50. And that's level 50 defense. Granite armor unlocked. And level 76 combat. Cool. Number 4. Always a fun reminder that there's a 1 in 128 chance this could have been a D-Spear if we did Legends Quest. Ah! I forgot the Marintil! I've got 2 anti-poisons already, but like, shit. I guess it's not a huge deal. Also, if I drop this Haralander before talking to him, he should ask for the Terramin. And then we get... Boom! First attack potion on the account. I'll probably just throw it in Death's office, but it'll be pretty cool to use later on. And that's all the way up to level 55 defense. That's 15 levels more than when we killed Obor last, so I'm hoping we see some difference here. Thanks, man. 2,500 skeletons we've killed on our quest for Chaos Runes. That's 1/4 of the entire Chaos Druid grind, by the way. Love to see these Leo events, man. Store a few herbs and get one step closer to XP lamps. He actually has a shot of giving us our best in slot fashionscape down here, the gold necklace. And yeah, that's actually pretty solid. I don't have a really good way of getting these, so I'll take it. 47. Okay, we've got enough runes for maybe like 12 or so attempts, and we've got 12 or so keys. I pulled these kebabs out of the looting bag, and this is the best food I've been able to scrounge together from all the way from level 40 to 55 defense. I'm ready in my mind, but I don't know if I'm ready in my heart. I just don't want to waste the runes on failure, man. It was 10 hours of skeletons for these. Okay. Huge. This is serious. Serious gaming right here. You seeing these moves? Holy shit. I think we got him. I think we've got him. Come on. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Pretty good start. We didn't even use any food. I'm a little concerned because we didn't get the combat achievement for him being immobilized. He totally was. We definitely just did this. So I look back at the footage and the boss was definitely bound when we killed him. He died on the very next cast too, so I don't think it could have been any faster. Maybe bind doesn't last long enough. This is not good. I'm really hoping that isn't the case, but from the footage, it kind of seems like it is. If this is true, it means we can't complete the CAs and we'll need to kill so many hill giants. Plus, we have to flinch them. That'll be so much worse than the Chaos Druid grind, my god. Obor's got great gear upgrades, but they're all for melee, so none of them are gonna help during the boss fight. We've already got our best magic gear we can get down here, so this is as good as it gets. But it's not as bad as it gets. 118 keys on average to get the Hill Giant Club. Each attempt seems to be taking between 20 and 30 Chaos Runes to kill, so on the lower end, we'd need about 2,400 Chaos Runes, or 80 hours of killing skeletons. On the bright side, our defense level will definitely get higher, and if we can snag some melee upgrades off of Obor, we could really speed those kills up. Regardless, not really the situation I was expecting to be in for this. We're gonna have to get a really good weapon. It's loot time. Hey, I mean, we need them for bind, so I'm not gonna complain. So the plan's this. Die to restore our stats, run all the way back, keep burning through these keys until we're all out. Ooh. Thank you, okay. That's not bad. We're almost at 7. God damn. Take everything. All right, let's get this club. 37 magic, not the time. This attempt is not going as well as the last attempt. Eat the baguette. Eat the kebab. Huge kebab. We splashed? You're joking. Bob. Okay. Alright. Holy shit. Alright, Hill Giant Club incoming. 3, 2, 1, right here. Hey, death runes are really good though. Anything magic related, I think I'll just take. On the topic of magic, at level 50 we unlock Snare. It works just as well as Bind, but lasts twice as long, kind of like me and my friend Mark. So it should definitely be long enough to trigger the combat achievement. Since unlocking Telegrab, we've got another option for training too. I did some quick calculations. If we use up all of our law runes, we'll get to around 47 magic, but we don't have enough to get to 50. Besides the Telegrab option though, we don't have too many others. We've got a bunch of body runes, but those rely on mind, earth, and water runes, and we either need to keep them, or we don't have enough of them for it to be viable. We do have nature runes, but don't have enough fire runes for superheat or low-level alchemy. Plus, we're gonna be needing those for binds, so they're off the table too. This just leaves the chaos and death runes, and we need those for fighting Obor. So it's law runes or bust. However, Obor's chest can give law, chaos, nature, and death runes. The more of these drops we can get, the closer we are to level 50. There's a strong chance we get enough runes before we kill the 15,000 giants. So we just keep at it. I want to wait till he's kind of in a corner. That's good. That's good. Bind him. Run. Smack him. Turn camera. One more for the road. This is good. This is good. Ready for the next bind. Do the next bind. Run. Shit. Fucked it up. Oh, we took damage off prayer. That sucks. Just blast him. Come on. Fuck, we missed. Fuck. This is bad. Fuck, 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 fuck. One last hit. Go. That has to be it. That has to be it. Yeah, 1 HP. Oh my god, literally 1 HP. 3, 2, 1, chest 4, go. Oh! That is so cool! A rune two-hander? I'll take that shit. Are you serious? That's so good! Dude! We had an iron simmy. Unironically, this is our best weapon. Kind of sucks that we're missing the rune kite shield though. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. This is gonna be our best flinching weapon, maybe forever. Damn. I can't believe we got that, dude. Holy shit. I will take it. I've been thinking about ways to speed up the giant key grind, and here's what I've got. Obor drops giant keys too, and they're way more common from him than they are from hill giants. 1 in 16 instead of 1 in 128. His chest also shares this drop rate, so for every 8 chests, we're essentially getting another one for free. Surely this would be faster than killing hill giants, but I'm not sure it'd be worth having to kill the skeletons to resupply the chaos runes we need to kill Obor. Especially because we're barely getting through these kills as is. If we can start getting a little more consistent with them though, this could be a good option. That was a very early bind. It's gonna put us in one. Oh, it splashed. Shit. Splashed again? No, this one ain't it. Probably better to just quit here and waste a few runes versus, like, trying to finish the fight, dying, and wasting a whole bunch more. That sucks. The bind failed. Oh, come on. Wow, 1 HP. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, dude. Again. We've had 2 1 HPs. Okay, that's a good sign, though. Last time we got a rune two-hander from that. Does that mean we get the hill giant this time? 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, that's the Obor champion achievement, though. Not that that matters if we can't complete the bind combat achievement, but kind of cool if this is doable enough that we got 5 kills. I know we didn't get any armor from that, but I wonder what melee kills would look like in proper gear. So far, we've pretty much been exclusively using magic, but if we can get a few more of the armor and weapon drops, maybe we can start meleeing. We could suicide to restore stats after every kill, run back in, and that might actually be a really good way to get some keys. That was brutal. Fuck, god damn it. Nope. God damn it. We've had a lot of failures, man. This is not good. Oh, hold up. We gotta get into the dungeon so we can accept this. Easy, done. Ooh, we're done the outfit now, so we get XP lamps from this guy. Closer and closer to level 12 agility. Oh, we got the sleeping giant. Dude, because we casted the bind last second, it actually counted for, that's so cool. I'll be honest, that was complete dumb luck. I didn't even consider casting bind on him after the killing blow. I just did it out of habit. This is so good though. We don't have to worry about getting the club anymore. The combat achievements are totally doable now. Could you imagine having to flinch 13,000 hill giants? Disgusting. The other two CAs are pretty straightforward, so we just need to get good enough to kill him without getting hit by his melee attack and we're free. New area, new boss. This is probably a good time to talk about bosses actually. What is a boss? For this account, I'm making it as straightforward as possible. Anything that has a boss high score is a boss. Yes, that does include skilling bosses like Wintertodt and Tempo Ross, and for the people who don't like that, consider this. Wintertodt rewards scale based on your skilling levels. We'll be getting the worst possible ores, food, logs, and seeds. Brutus will be a way better source of food for us. For Tempo Ross, the food would be account changing, but we need level 35 fishing to do the fight. We can only train that through the Evil Bob random event. And funny enough, you need to get the event 35 times to reach level 35, but that's not including the 50% chance of getting magic XP from the event instead. The locations are going to be pretty straightforward as well. If you check out the boss page on the wiki, you can see the location of every boss. Those are the locations I'll be allowing. This can leave a little room for interpretation for some bosses, but I'll be trying to be as conservative with this as possible. I love the restricted nature of this account, and I don't want that to disappear anytime soon. For the order of which boss comes next, I've planned it out in a way that makes sense for progression. I've organized the bosses into tiers, easy to Grandmaster, the same ones the combat achievements have. We're currently on the easy tier, and that's the only one where there's going to be a set order. From the medium tier onward, we'll be rolling new bosses randomly, kind of like how chunk accounts roll new chunks. Only once a tier has been totally completed will the next tier of bosses be thrown into the mix. This is to avoid situations like rolling the corporeal beast right after clearing Obor. It just either wouldn't be possible or the series would totally stall out. One final point. There are a few bosses that are locked behind Slayer and skilling levels. For these, I think it'll make the most sense to add them into the pool of possible future bosses as soon as we get the levels we need. We'd still have to complete whatever boss we're on before we can unlock them though. And that's about it. Those are the rules, and that's the plan. We only need to not take any damage off prayer, which will be fine, we can do it, and kill him on a free-to-play world. So we've got this. We can totally do it. 3, 2, 1, go. Ew, that's so bad. All right, we'll just suicide here. We just hit a 16. Guys, I've been using an iron scimitar for 60 levels. I'm used to 9. Remember to pray, we had the right mage thing active spell. I think they're called mage things. Is that what they're called? Spells? Find them here. Find. Beautiful hit, come on. I think that's it. Oh my god, we're so close. Come on. Squashing the giant, we did it. We did it. That was the second last, the penultimate achievement. The only one we need now is the easiest one. Do it on a free-to-play world. We've got this. It's club time. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's really good. Wait a minute. That is our best main weapon. That has to be better than an iron simmy. Dude, that felt so much better than the first kill. That felt clean. We've got to try out the new battle axe, man. Oh my god, it's so slow. But it hits so much higher. I think it's just always better than the iron simmy, right? Like, it has to be. God, you're beautiful. All we have to do is 1 Obor KC. And we are done with the Edgeville Dungeon. Oh, all right. This is tough. This is free to play. Oh shit, they changed the layout on me. Find is way over there now. All my muscle memory has vanished. Clean slate. Just gonna have to get good. Come on. Nice. Dude, we've got 36 HP left. We've come a long way from where we started. I would take club. I would take rune longsword. I would love like rune plate legs. Go. Fuck. Of course we get a third rune med helm. Damn, that sucks. But we got some good upgrades. It's okay. It's okay. We're looking all right. This is huge. Look at this. Obor complete. All tasks done. Every last one. Which means it's time to unlock the Varrock sewer. We're finally free. We didn't get the Hill Giant Club yet, but we finished every combat achievement. We can always come back here if we want to go for the club. It would be a great flinching weapon, and the area is now permanently unlocked for us. We got good enough to reliably kill Obor, and we figured out a way to get through all of the combat achievements with what little we had to our name. Everything we've set out to do down here has been achieved. We finally got good at the boss. Nothing but the Edgeville Dungeon for the past 170 hours. And it's all over. I think I'm gonna miss it a little bit. The giant rats and the hobgoblins' cooking fire. The hill giants' beer glasses and the barrels of ale. The mine full of valuable ores guarded by dangerous skeletons. There was heart and soul poured into this place over 25 years ago, and it's still being felt today. RuneScape's a sandbox. You can do whatever you want. Make your own rules, create your own adventures. And if you do, who knows? Maybe you'll find yourself stumbling into an Edgeville dungeon of your own. This chapter of the story is closed. The Obor arc has ended, and we're on to bigger and better things. I just want to say, this dungeon has been a blast, and thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And I hope to see you again on the road to Bryophyta.